even know how to put them. They're not scientific, but they're not non-scientific. He nails it. C.S. Lewis nails it. Don't you? He is a genius.
Yeah.
When he talks about morality and how he uses the argument that morality in and of itself and thoughts that come from outside.
Yeah.
Where can they come from? I mean, we didn't make it up, and it's inherent. And then, Strobel. You know, we went to that faith conference. I took my kids to the Science of Faith at Southeast in Strobel. I like Strobel, but you know what? His work to me is not near as compelling as C.S. Lewis. I don't think he's trying to be, but I mean,
he's different.
He's a good guy, but I really don't know. There's nothing like it, just nothing like it. And I credit Megan for that. I really do.
Yeah, I love Megan. She's amazing.
So, I want her public. If you don't want to give me her private email, that's fine. But give me something I can contact her. I'm so happy she's still here.
Yeah, for sure.
Do her parents ever come back?
Oh yeah, they'll be back over Christmas. They're staying with Megan. Yeah. Maybe you get to connect with them over Christmas time.
When I work, he is not. He doesn't just preach. He literally said, "Tom, if you need a place to stay, just to be around friends, you can come to stay with us in my house." Many people. I mean, he has this thing in church and offers someone to stay with you. You know what I'm saying? You think about it, that's truly putting faith in action. You know that?
Yeah.
That's not just preaching. That's like saying, "Oh, I'll help you."
Yeah.
And he meant it.
If I accidentally cuss in front of you, I'll say a few Hail Marys.
Okay. Don't worry about me.
I went out to the Art of Granite, and I was around street made $300 in his pocket. Open door ministry.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
so you've heard it all.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, I don't think there's anything he hasn't heard.
Most of what I hear, most of what I hear is in church too. So.
And then you buy only
hey, if you give me your, I'll text you on Megan's
303.
Yeah.
Oh, and then he makes it beautiful with our we're on broadband. Keep that in mind. I'll be right there.
Okay, yeah.
Stones ever.
What's the other thing? Hail Marys and
Our fathers? After patrician? That's a big one.
Here's the deal. Listen, if they give you $100 to stay,
I lost touch with you.
I really put
I meant it when I saw the speech for you. I want to tell you, I'm so sorry it took so long to reconnect. You don't have to say it's real. You guys, not just around the holidays. If you need, if you're doing fundraising,
does that count? That's just
please keep that number and text me. Homeowners. That's my
you do the Cliff Note version,
but you can get it to Megan. If she feels inclined.
I wonder
what's or you text me her.
What's the most you've ever?
Yeah, I'm gonna text you her stuff right now.
And I will definitely say hi to her.
You know what's kind of funny? Here they say that's your penance.
And I was.
I
didn't even have a clue. When I gave a talk at your place, I said,
right?
I didn't have a clue what challenge.
That's an interesting way to look at it.
Let's have someone call in on this.
Yeah, but you're praying for forgiveness.
No, it's a penance.
Just 1 to 2 days. Plus,
yes, I understand it's a punishment,
right?
But the punishment is to pray for forgiveness.
20% off and 0%.
That's why I'm sure that
prayer's not a punishment.
That's what he's saying. He's saying in the Catholic religion,
The Catholic really, when you
they give you a prayer as a punishment.
They give you penance.
right,
A punishment.
Yeah, but penance is not meant to be punishment always.
But it kind of is, right?
No, not. Well, yeah, sometimes.
I like the idea you can do anything. Say a few of those and you're good.
But penance,
right?
If only it worked that way. Actually, you just need to talk straight to Jesus.
That's true. Penance, though, is misunderstood.
Yeah, but they got a hell of a club going on.
That's a great club.
Yeah. Just need to talk to Jesus and talk to him directly. That's what the Bible says. You don't need to go through any priest or saint.
Do you have scalp psoriasis?
And I love when people say that Christ worked. Boy, that's a nice stuff.
Yeah, I've had a few of those on the street telling me to.
Okay, penance is defined as voluntary self-punishment inflicted.
Okay. Once again.
you're saying I was right.
It's incredible. Now I'm even right when it comes to religion. I mean, it's absolutely insane.
No, Mark, what I meant was, the way the Catholics use it,
Yeah, I know.
it's not, it's an act of contrition. That would be a good way of putting it.
I was brought up in Christian.
That's one of the prayers.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about an act of contrition.
Help me if you can.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe where we are solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints, and making your life just a little easier. That's what we do, and we're going to do it again today. You know, I normally have people on from the referral list to say hi, but today, you know what we have? We have one person only in the studio, but we're not going to dedicate the show to one topic. We never do. But he's here. And I think David Warren is an excellent example of doing something with your life. You know, I mean, he could have headed up, I know with his brains, he could have headed up as a CEO of any top corporation in the country. I know you could have, David. He's with Open Door Ministries, downtown Denver, and they're also in Fort Collins. You're all over, aren't you?
No, we're actually just in Denver.
Okay, why does it say here? Oh, this is another one. Oh, I'm sorry, Suzanne. I'm reading ahead. We are going to highlight today, in addition to Open Door Ministries, other sponsors on the referral list that are giving away things to needy people, or, you know, I hate the word needy. What do you, those in need? I don't know. People who have some material needs, and we're just going to give away some stuff, some incredible stuff. So Open Door Ministries is here because we reach out to the community and say, how can we help you help others? We did it with Pastor Lauren. He is such a good guy. He and his wife, in their Baptist church, fed thousands and thousands. They offer gifts to...
First thing I think of when you say him is dedication. No matter how you look at it, he is dedicated to that cause like you cannot believe.
Listen, he had a full-time job and then ran the church, but never took from the church. That's what's amazing. He and his wife just give. And they don't ask for anything. And then today we have Open Door Ministries. So you're going to hear about them and how to help. This time of year, we all think about helping. Now, it'd be nice if we think about that all year, but let's face it, just like Mother's Day, we say, every day's Mother's Day. Come on. If it was, we wouldn't have a Mother's Day. So let's just talk about it today. And then you guys, if you want to help out Open Door Ministries, I will tell you, you will feel so good about it because this is a great organization. Before I bring organizations or causes on the air, we check them out. Open Door Ministries, okay, in a sentence or two, I possibly will let you have three. What do you guys do?
All right, we are downtown Denver. We work with mostly the homeless and at-risk kids, and we help people find housing, education. We help people find jobs and get their lives back on track. Okay,
and what about the spiritual component?
Well, we are a Christian organization, so we bring Christ into everything that we do.
Okay. Do you have people who want all the other stuff but not the Christ part?
Yeah, we do, although not very many, honestly. Most people are very open to the Lord.
Yeah. And there are plenty of organizations that help with certain needs here and there. You guys try to do a little bit of everything to make someone complete. Is the headset bothering you, by the way? Because you can turn it down if you need to.
I just figured it was better without it.
Whatever you want to do. But to hear callers, you'll have it on. And then, again, we can adjust it any way you want. So what is your main goal? What is the main thing you guys do? Church service, feeding, housing? Is there a main thing or not?
I don't know that there's necessarily a main thing, but probably the housing piece would be our main thing. We have 6 houses that we do transitional housing mainly, so 2-year programs where people come in off the streets.
Yes.
And they're struggling with either homelessness, addictions, relationship issues, domestic violence, prostitution, various difficulties.
And you, it's kind of a halfway house to get used to living on your own again in a shelter.
Yes, some of them are just coming out of prison or jail as well. So.
And you transition people from the street to their own place.
Yep. Yep, we work with them. That's why we do it for 2 years, because really in 30 days or 60 days, people can't get the help that they really need. That's just the very beginning.
How many people at a time can you handle? What's your max capacity? I'm talking about for the housing component.
Sure,
and the
sure.
whole program.
Yeah, the housing capacity, it's about 40 people at a time in the different houses.
But those are 40 people, give or take some that may not go all the way through.
Right.
But those are 40 lives you are, I mean, really changing. Then those 40 don't go back to the street for the most part. You have them on their way to success.
That is the goal. We see a lot of success. Obviously, we see some people go back, but you know, the cool thing is that they come back to us.
What is the recidivism rate?
From our programs, I would say about 50% of the people make it.
That's pretty good. That's way better than I thought, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay. Is the number one problem mental illness, or is it addiction, or are they both?
I would say the number one problem is addiction. But that stems to probably the overall number one problem is the breakdown of the family in our society, because most people's issues come out of parents got divorced, parents left me, you know, almost everything starts in teenage years, and then it moves on from there.
So if people want to take part in Open Door Ministries, take advantage of the services, I mean, you have Open Door Ministry. You have an open door.
Yeah.
How does it work? I mean, for church and for for meals. I mean, how does it work? Where are you?
Yeah, we are just a mile east of downtown Denver on Colfax and Marion Street.
Colfax and Marion, okay.
Yeah, we're right there, and people can come down. We utilize lots of volunteers. Well, the services are on Sundays, so Sunday at 9:30 in the morning and 4:30 in the afternoon.
Okay.
We also have meals, so we serve a meal on Saturday morning, which is open for anybody in the community, as well as Sunday evening after the evening service.
Open to the community.
Open to the community. Everybody. And then we have a drop-in center from Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. And anybody can come by. We have homeless people just dropping by, get a cup of coffee, free coffee all day long.
Okay.
Today,
I've got a question.
Yeah.
Denver, safe sites. These places now you can go inject heroin or whatever your drug of choice is. Is this a negative or a positive? No, I want to know his opinion on it.
I know, but okay, but let me just say this. I don't really want to drag him into a discussion about this because...
But he's helping homeless all the time. Do you think it helps or hinders?
Well, okay. Well, do you have an opinion?
Okay, I would say that it is not a good thing.
I agree with them.
Okay. Some people would say, you know, at least it keeps them alive. Who knows? Again, I don't want to really get into that, but thank you for your opinion. On the congregation itself, is it a congregation apart from transients? I mean, do people come and stay? And then even after attaining housing and getting a job, do you have, quote, regular, not parishioners, but, you know,
I know what you mean.
Congregants?
Sure. Yes, we do. We have some, but not that many. I think a lot of people will stay in our congregation after they kind of get cleaned up and get off the streets. But then, you know, Denver's a big city, and they have to, a lot of times people find housing in a different part of town, and it's hard for them to get down, so they start going to other churches. So we kind of see ourselves as a mission trying to become a church.
Oh, I understand that. I understand that completely. Jordan, you want to talk about car insurance. And again, if anyone has any questions about helping someone who's homeless or drug addicted or anything about the program, Open Door Ministries, please feel free to give us a call. And Jordan, what's going on with you? Jordan?
Are you there?
Yes. What's happening?
Okay. Well, I'm living in Nashville, and my dad listens to your show out of Nashville.
Yes, and we've helped people all over, but what do you need?
I need a recommendation for car insurance.
Okay.
And I read your thing online with the car insurance to avoid.
Right.
I just wondered if you had any recommendations.
First and foremost, I want to ask a few questions. Are you a special case? In other words, you need a recommendation. So, first question, have you had car insurance before?
I have.
Okay. And did it lapse, or are you insured now?
I am insured now, yeah.
Okay, you just don't like who you're with.
Well, the prices keep rising.
You know what? Now, this is great. And the reason I'm saying this, for anyone, even if you're moving away, if you're going into the hospital or going away in the service or whatever you're doing, never let insurance lapse. lapsed insurance makes you a high risk unless there's a very good reason. And that's why I'm happy that you're shopping before your old policy is up. So who do you have as a carrier right now?
Travelers.
Okay. Travelers is a very good company, but here is an excellent example of where you can have a group of, let's say, 10 good companies. And Jordan, you may find that one of those companies is good for you now, and then in a couple years you switch to another good company, and then you switch to another good company, and then you switch back to the first good company, because they never reward loyalty and, in fact, give better deals to new people. So I'm going to give you a number of an insurance agency who may or may not be licensed where you are, but they will know the carriers that you should go to, and they might possibly be able to even hook you up. And there's no charge to talk to them. We'll literally give you someone specifically to talk to over there, so you can call over there, and Suzanne will help you. It's Compass Insurance Group. Now, what they'll do is look at your needs, and they'll find a carrier for you in your area that's best for you. But the best part is that you need to know every 2 or 3 years, reshop, because as you linger, rates will go up. How is your driving record?
Clean.
Okay, you have a clean driving record. How old are you?
25.
Okay, 25, clean driving record, female, and it sounds to me that everything is going your way as far as rates. What are you paying? What kind of car do you have, new or used?
It's a used. It's 2014.
But slightly used. Okay, so you're going to carry collision coverage and full, right, on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are you paying, curiously, right now? What are you paying?
I'm paying $131
a month.
Yep.
You have a good deal.
Okay.
You guys, you think it's a bad deal? I'm curious.
If she's got a great record, it's not that great.
Well, Mark, you have kids, so you would know better. Here's what I'm going to do for the heck of it. They can actually quote you within minutes. I would love to see what they can come up with. Now, they may not be able to write it for you.
I don't think they can.
But they'll probably refer you to somebody, but at least they can give you an idea of costs, and then you can call and ask for a specific company. So, Suzanne, do me a favor. Give her somebody, maybe Jeremy or someone over there can help her. Then, after that, please have them call back with her permission to see what would it be if they insured her. And if they can find out the rate at least, even if they can't write it. Let's try to help her out. From, she said Tennessee, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We talked about Open Door Ministries here and addiction being one of the big problems. The Raleigh House is one of our sponsors. What I love about what the Raleigh House does is their free information line. Again, the Raleigh House knows. They know one place isn't good for everyone, or they're not trying to, fill beds. They know that you need information when it comes to addiction. When there is an addict in your life, you're asking a million things. How did it start? How do I know it is? How do I know if it's getting worse? Who pays for it? What about insurance? What about, what do I say to them? And where should they go? They'll tell you everything they know, and they know a lot. And they'll never high pressure you. It's free, it's loving, it's confidential. 720-893-5559 for any question you have. The Raleigh House. 720-893-5559.
Car insurance credit is a huge deal.
Sponsored by
What do you mean by that? You got good credit?
Yeah, good credit.
You get a big rate.
I think those injection sites are the worst things you could possibly do. They drive me insane. It's weird, isn't it?
Do you think people are going to come here for that?
You can't get off heroin when you can go shoot it up legally. You just can't. I don't think you can.
Or do you want to?
Well, do you want to? And I've always wondered, too, if Denver...
They want to reduce disease.
How about a cop sitting right outside? They know if they go in, they have heroin. So can you arrest them when they walk in? Is it nothing but a sting operation? Or is it only safe in there? Is it safe within 100 feet? I mean, how does this thing work?
23andMe. This holiday
Well, actually, it's not set up to do it right.
gift.
Doesn't it get passed by
each kit. Offer
doesn't
ends
governor got
December
sign off or
25th.
something?
I don't know.
Hi, Colorado.
Can they watch the Super Bowl? Is there a buffet? Do they have a Starbucks inside? What's going on?
Here again already? And you're thinking of putting off that beautiful new kitchen or bath till after the holidays. Or
Doesn't heroin make you hungry?
Some old rickety freezing windows and
Did you
doors.
see when marijuana came in that a lot of young, you got seeing more young homeless come in?
Pretty darn tough to read.
There's a lot of people that seem like they're in Denver simply to smoke marijuana.
Purely for the dough.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple signs, why lie? I just want a joint.
For our holiday sale. Book your
Those
project now.
people trying to get money because
After the
to be
holidays,
funny.
And you'll save
Just like they said, hey,
15%
I'm not
on your
lying, give me a, I want money for
Awesome,
beer.
Todd.
You know,
It's busy during the season.
I think they literally want a joint.
Special on the calendar.
You're right.
Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors, and even replacement windows and doors. You have our word. We'll treat you right if done right. 303-720.
Do you think the breakdown of the family is a big deal for the homeless?
8370 or
I would have thought mental illness, but,
Do you want to sue that
I
company
mean, I'm going back to root causes.
just under your
You
name?
know, as far as, yes,
Or do you want
mental illness
TSN?
is a huge thing.
I think we should do it under your name. The only reason I say that
I
is
mean, drugs and alcohol.
if I sue somebody else under TSN, we got to wait some months.
But almost everybody you
do whatever you want.
in
Whatever
those
suits you.
situations
I don't care.
has, like, for street kids, we found that over 90% of street kids were introduced
And or I can
to
assign it
drugs
to you.
by their parents.
by their parents?
By their
No.
parents.
They were introduced to them by
Yeah.
the parents.
I
What
know
percentage?
street kids. Over 90% of street kids were introduced to drugs by their parents.
You mean like their parents' stash?
Yeah, like their parents introduced them to drugs. Like, gave it to them when they were 12, 13, 14,
That's
15.
amazing.
I mean, we're talking about street kids.
Is alcohol in that too? Like on Thanksgiving, they gave them a bottle or a glass of wine. I mean, does that count?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Try Wendy's new bacon maple chicken sandwich with
No,
juicy
you'd be
Is your
surprised.
education into your theology?
Yeah,
This sandwich
theology.
is sweet, savory, and available all day. Anytime is a good time.
Masters?
for breakfast.
Probably,
The bacon
yeah.
maple chicken
I probably should have got a
sandwich.
master's in social work. I didn't know I'd be doing this kind of work.
You get it. Do you
You enjoy it, don't you?
I do enjoy it.
What do you think is just regular pastoring?
Yeah, I was-
Progressive attorney.
Well, I was early on, but then in college, I sort of realized I was going to go into urban inner city ministry. So I took a lot of urban classes in seminary and stuff. But they
Oh,
still,
yes, I dropped you off
they
at.
don't teach you everything you need to know. It's just like any school.
Fiduciary difference. Visit smartcertain.com today.
I don't know. I'm not going to talk about his intelligence, but I'll tell you this.
On Bible.
It is, yeah, it is.
If you are someone
If you would have been really aggressive, you would have got used to tape.
Teach you how to study the Bible, teach you, the major themes of different parts of Scripture.
Please know,
Cohen sentenced to 3 years in jail. Will he actually do time? Of course.
Well, it'll be federal prison, so it won't be hard.
Well, don't say that. I mean, prison is prison.
Martha Stewart came out with a perm and a new cookbook. Can't be that bad.
Who's going to want to hire him for what he did?
Oh, he's such a rat.
He's disbarred.
He's a
Oh,
rat.
is he disbarred?
Probably. That's what, usually with a felony, you're
Okay.
disbarred.
He would have to be, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
His client attorney privilege, I mean, he just threw it out the window.
Yeah, he'll write a book, though.
Oh, you bet. Absolutely.
What happened to me in prison?
Day one.
Ouch.
720-893-5559. Call today.
He's probably the biggest modern day rat you could
terrorism in
think
France,
of.
lone gunmen, or will there be more? Also, the Centers for Disease
I
Control
would
is
say
warning
who's
people
that
not to
reverend
eat a
that's
certain
black
holiday
there?
treat. What is it? And who cares?
New York.
Campus and Caper,
He's on,
Wednesday at 4.
CNN.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK.
Icon Eye Care is the hometown LASIK partner of the Denver Broncos. Icon Eye Care has done more than listen to this, 250,000 LASIK procedures in Colorado. There's 250,000. 20 years in Denver with all of the top surgeons. Now, I'm getting the word out because I want everyone to see better. I know I do. They're the hometown partner of the Denver Broncos. So listen to this. Call Icon today for your free LASIK consultation, 866-GOT-ICON, 866-GOT-ICON, or visit iconeyecare.com. Randy has an employment problem. Go ahead, Randy. Tell us what's happening with you, Randy.
Well, a few weeks ago, let's start from the beginning here.
Yeah.
In July, I got hired on with a job, and they said that I would get a $3,000 hire-on bonus.
Yeah, and when you say
did
did they put that offer in writing?
Yes, they did.
Oh, they did. Okay. Was this an employment agreement or an email or what?
Well, it was an employee agreement. It came through in an offer letter.
Okay, and they say $3,000 sign-up. What else?
So then they said it was a permanent position, so I hired on there, and then
I see it here now. It says to Randy.
3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 3 weeks ago, they told me that my position was going to be getting eliminated because the company that we were doing business with was decided to cut a route, and so I'm driving a truck for them, and
okay.
So they were going to lay me off.
Uh-huh.
So I said, since you're laying me off, I didn't do anything wrong. I'm not being fired. I'm not quitting. What's going to happen with the hire-on bonus? They said, well, you're not going to receive the rest of it.
Wait a minute.
And I said,
what do you mean
well,
the rest of it? What were the conditions for receiving it?
Well, I don't know the exact conditions, but generally a hire-on bonus is staying there for a year.
Well,
But,
I don't know. I
no
don't know if
conditions
generally
in the
counts,
offer
but we'll find out. Hold on a sec. We got John Davis. God, he's been on our referral list so many, many years, and he does employment law too. And John, good to have you again. Now, listen, just quickly, it says here, sign-on bonus $3,000. Rider, it's Rider, by the way. Oh, he has the letter. I just want to tell people, it says it recognizes employees as the most valuable resource. You're eligible to participate in the benefits program. And let's see, the benefits are to protect you, blah, blah, blah. And it says here, please keep in mind that you must enroll within 45 days. Your coverage is under Rider's default, blah, blah, blah. And then it says, then you'll be covered after a certain number of days. This is for benefits. You can begin enrollment process by logging on to, this is all about that only. The package contains the same information you'll see online. What I don't understand is all it says is sign-on bonus $3,000. And this is ambiguous at best, in my opinion. This is not a legal opinion, which would mean it would be construed against the employer, and I don't think they can just make it up for their own benefit. But let's ask John Davis now. John, what do you think about this letter he received on July of 2018? It didn't guarantee any specific time. It did say a sign-up bonus. What would you do?
Well, I took a look at the letter.
Yeah.
I apologize for my voice. I got some laryngitis.
We're all getting something, damn it.
It's that time of year. Anyway, I took a look at the letter, and the short story here is I think that they're bound to that $3,000 signing bonus.
Yep.
Unless they discontinued your employment due to failing a drug test or a background check.
Yeah.
They say that that's a contingency, but short of that, it's a sign-on bonus. It doesn't say you have to be with them for a year or anything else. It says this will be your salary, and that can end at any time because it's at will employment, but the $3,000 is a sign-on bonus. You did sign on, and they owe you that. Now, you said they didn't pay you all of it. How much did they pay you?
They paid $750 of it.
And were they spreading this out over time? Was that the idea?
Yes, so they were supposed to spread it out over a year's time.
I think you're going to get your money. I think
6 months, but
I don't see how they not pay you.
I think you have a strong claim, and if they won't pay it to you, I think you should look at going into small claims court so you're not paying legal fees.
Can he ask for treble damages?
No, not on a breach of contract unless there's something somewhere in his
I thought maybe it could be considered wages, no?
No, not a bonus.
Okay. So, other than that, did you leave a good job for this?
Yes.
Wow. There's no damages, though, right, John? Because they never promised him a rose garden.
Right. I mean, they said we're hiring you, and there's nothing here that would unwind the normal provision of at-will employment. I don't see anything in the letter of what Randy said that makes it sound like
it even says
that they didn't think would exist. It was just a bad turn of events that caused them to terminate the position.
It even says, please understand that we must confirm your employment to be on an at-will basis. Neither of us are stating your salary or wages in annualized terms, nor our components. Yeah, so they're just saying nothing's guaranteed as far as length of time, length of employment, but certainly it simply says sign-on bonus $3,000. I think you're going to get it. Now, what does he do, John? Does he have a letter written by an attorney, such as yourself, just a simple letter, or does he first just say, I expect it? I think he's already done that, right? Randy, you've already said, I want it, right?
Yes, we've had some discussions about it, and they're basically, even the Human Resource Department said that Ryder had offered me some other positions in the city.
Okay.
And they're saying because they offered other positions.
Oh, hold on.
Opt them out.
Wait a minute.
That's new.
Wait a minute. That's new information. And I don't want to belabor this, but John, wait, Randy, they're saying to you, you can still work for them.
Yes.
Well, that changes it a bit.
That changes it a lot. What? Now, hold on, Randy. Why wouldn't you take another position?
Well, the position that I had now was Monday through Friday for one, and it was day shift.
This says at will,
and
it says at will, and nothing really is guaranteed. Wages and nor representations. It says intended to express or imply that you will be working either for any particular duration or under a contract. Okay.
Yeah, I think
that's a whole different ballgame.
Their offer was for a position as truck driver Class A full-time, as long as they're willing to maintain that and aren't requiring you to do something really bizarre to keep it. Then I think the departure's on you and not them.
Yeah. Okay, so...
Yeah, their offer was for a night shift. And
are they still... well, hold on.
Kind of
is it the same position?
No, it's not the same.
It's a truck driver.
It is a truck driver, but it's like different hours.
Hold on. It says position of truck driver Class A. Is it truck driver Class A?
Yes.
Then okay. John, I think John's going to say this too. Now it's not a slam dunk. It is not a slam dunk. Okay? So I don't think the term, I think under the at-will part, they're going to say, well, then instead of local, it's over the road, and instead of these days, you're working these days. They're not asking you to work like 75 hours. I mean, they're asking you to do the same thing. Truck driver, Class A, full-time. That's what it is. It says truck driver, comma, Class A, dash, full-time. I don't think you have any claim here, in my humble opinion. John, would you say that same thing, that it's going to be very difficult to get that money now?
Yeah, unless there's some other document. The letter that I have, the only thing it describes is full-time Class A, and as long as they're saying we're going to maintain that, but your hours are going to be different or your route's going to be different, that isn't specified. I think that isn't a material change in this contractual document, and so I think if you said, no, I don't, never mind, I don't want that shift, goodbye, I think that then you terminated, and
I think the same thing.
I don't think you're going to win.
All right, thank you very much. Simply Floors Inc. will simply save you money. Simply Floors Inc. If you're looking for floor coverings, carpets, waterproof vinyl, luxury vinyl tile, waterproof carpeting, they'll come to your home. That's the important thing. They will come to your home with all the main samples, and here's the deal. They give you designer services to integrate that, but the real deal is that your carpet, your floor coverings will be cheaper than anywhere else. And I mean less expensive, of course. And you'll get better service. SimplyFloorsInc.com.
I'm practicing to do everything right on time. That was 30.
Funny how the story comes out.
I know. Isn't it funny how we get that? Yeah.
Hello, I gave you different hours.
Now, you've heard me talk a lot about stem cell therapy. I've done extensive...
What's in El Paso, guys? Can you guys think of one city that's 100% in El Paso?
Isn't it Colorado Springs? No, El Paso, I'm sorry. What is...
I think that is Colorado.
No, I don't think so. Wait. Isn't Colorado Springs...
Then strategically delivered
is it El Paso County?
Colorado Springs is. I don't know if the entire thing is.
How about Woodland Park?
Why would you go to a clinic with
Woodland
no
Park.
MDs at all? Centennial Schultz can help you with painful
It looks like,
joints,
say, the
knees,
Broadmoor
back,
is.
shoulders, hands. They can
Down
repair
Woodland
most
Park.
cases.
Yeah, Colorado Springs is all in there. Look at this.
Every bit. That's what I need.
Surgery consultant, Centennial Schultz.
Yep, I can answer that one.
9201. Explore your options at a true medical regenerative clinic. Centennial Schultz. 303.
Yeah, Sharpton was a big rat. He
303
used to be a
963
drug guy.
9201. And on my referralist at referralist.com.
If you're stressed out about money, worried that you're going to outlive your retirement, hi, it's Dave Logan. If this sounds like you've got to give Online Trading Academy a call. Thousands of
I would love nothing more than to outlive my retirement. And I don't care how much money I have.
Think about it.
Sign up for their free
To outlive your retirement.
Yeah.
Call today.
Every saying it's a bad
Is
thing.
limited. Online trading.
I would like to outlive every dime I have.
I'd hate to die before it.
It all just depends when your retirement ends.
3-2.
If you outlive your retirement at an end of that age 68, you might be in trouble.
Or how healthy you are. You want to live.
Boy, Randy dropped that bomb right at the end. Well, they did offer me another truck driving job.
I like that John Davis boy. He's very clear.
I like him.
They value you.
He's been with us a long time.
Quality. That's shared in
A long time.
3455-7242.
He was one of the first.
7242. Two locations, Lakewood and Aurora.
So this Brian McCarthy
Autotech.
is he's suing? You're suing J.P. Morgan? I thought you said Chase Bank. He wants to sue.
All of us here at Affordable Interest
Come on.
Mortgage want to wish you all
What's wrong with
happy
what you just
holidays
said?
and Merry Christmas.
Is Chase Bank part of J.P. Morgan?
Hello, J.P. Morgan Chase.
There are many new loan programs.
Come on, Daniel.
Rates have stabilized in the
Jeez, man.
So take advantage of
I don't know what to do about you.
debt or eliminating mortgage insurance. Take AIM 720.
It's like a small child.
For those of you
You're immature.
there is how
He's always stirring the pot. I mean,
I don't think I am.
he is. He's like a fourth grader.
it's now still
I had
a good
a-
time.
Our iHeart boss is the one that informed me of your
Specific new
crap
programs
stirring.
designed to help you own investment or second homes at great rates, while accessing either your equity through the loan or using Airbnb income to own that second home.
I got a word for that.
Take AIM 720-895.
Did you really?
Tom gave me
I missed the.
that.
What was it? What was your reward? Did it say?
Award, not reward. Award.
No, reward. You should get a
Yeah,
reward.
I should give a reward. I agree.
Let's talk about Art of Granite. Direct stone importers for granite, quartz, and other natural stone. The material is wholesale to you. Even the tear out and hollow is
Why
free.
didn't
And
this print
the bathroom is free when you have the kitchen done. You can get prices on the phone. Just give them a call. Give them some measurements, send them a photo, and you get a price. And if you want cabinets, you get those direct from the manufacturer with a small markup. Give them a call.
I love
Get
this
your
program.
price today. 303-386-5918.
Does it do PDFs?
It takes anything and creates a PDF that I can go in.
That you can write. So you,
Oh, I love it.
Is it free? PDF?
No, I pay for it actually.
Oh, okay.
Not a lot, but it's well worth it.
No, I agree. I agree.
It makes life very easy.
So you can take any PDF and add to it.
And let them take care of you.
Um,
$77 off.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You upload it.
Can you switch it into a Word?
A Word document, anything.
No. Can you switch a PDF to a Word? And then now you can
What do you mean?
use the verbiage in a PDF document. Can you make it all come out on a Word document so you can start editing and stuff? Like sentences and stuff. Does it work? Or maybe it works like that.
It pretty much takes anything you upload and creates it into a PDF file. You can edit, add, highlight, anything you want to do.
That's great.
See what I just did here? I mean, I just did all.
And once you understand what
It makes me look like a genius.
It feels like professional.
A professional PDF.
Weeknights at 7
do it. Oh my gosh, I get it.
on 630 KHOW, Denver's talk station. Denver's talk station. Online at khow.com.
I'm Tom Martino. 303-713-TALK is our number. GoCamSolar.com is a website. It's GoCamSolar.com. Cam Solar is the company. That website has special significance. If you go there, GoCamSolar.com, and then put a /troubleshooter. Now, when you do that, you get a form to fill out, which will give you a free analysis of your lot. And here's the most important thing about that. That analysis will show how efficient your lot would be with your roof line if you had solar, and it shows over a 20-year period. Why would you do that? Because it's free, and if it turns out to be a great deal, you can get it done with no money down and monthly payments that beat your electric bill. So right away you're saving money. Think about that. Then eventually the system's paid off and you own it, and you don't have any energy bills. Components are minimum guarantee is 20 years. They go to 25 years depending on the component. And performance is also guaranteed. You got to, contact them for details. GoCamSolar.com/troubleshooter. No money down ever because of the tax credits. And, do it before tax credits run out. We don't know when that'll be. We have Open Door Ministries with us, and it's a wonderful thing to help out. And you can find out more. We'll be giving you contact information, and we'll be talking to David Warren more through the show. Let's go to the phones now, helping people. And Donald has an insurance claim question. I'm Tom Martino. Donald, thank you for calling and trusting us. What's going on with you?
Yeah, so I got a homeowner's insurance claim, and it was originally I called in for the roof, and yeah, the roof needs replaced, and then they said like a whole bunch of other things need fixed.
Now, who said? Who's they?
It would have been my insurance company send out the adjuster.
Now, the adjuster on his own found more than roof damage?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. That's my clapping.
I bet he still missed a lot of other stuff.
But let me just say something, and I hope people take this the right way as far as what I'm saying, because I mean this literally. So I want you to take it the right way, okay? Listen to this. Insurance companies are built, they're predicated, and they literally depend on not paying 100% of claims. In their budgeting, they don't even assume ever that they will pay 100% claims. They also depend on certain investments. So when an insurance company says they're taking a loss, they're not really taking a loss. They're taking a loss from their projection, but not a loss the way they're set up. And the reason I'm saying this, Donald, is if you have an adjuster who voluntarily, without you prompting, found other damage, I applaud that adjuster, because normally they don't do that. But as Mark said, they will still not do 100% of the damage ever. Now, either they hold back on the claim, so if the claim's worth 10, they offer you 8, or they hold back on the number of items. You need 10 items, they say you need 6 or 7. So now that I laid that groundwork for people, you have a claim. They said a bunch of stuff was wrong. Now what?
So my main question is I got a roof scheduled to be done, which is fine.
But what all the stuff they found wrong? Did they give you a price?
Yes, they gave me a grand total of like $18,000 minus my deductible.
Now, did you automatically accept it?
I assumed I probably did, because they sent me a check.
For how much?
$11,000, and then there's like $5,900 they'll pay out after the roof is done.
Right. Well,
yeah.
Okay. Now, what happens now? How did you decide who to get the work done by?
Well, I originally called Excel Roofing.
Good.
They were two booked. They were 2 booked. They couldn't get me until like early spring.
Well, is there any reason you didn't wait?
Well, I went to your other people on your list and got Golden Spike Roofing.
Good.
They're coming out next week.
Good company. Now what?
So then my question is, all the other little stuff that I have on my insurance list, is there like somebody on your referral list that would like do all the other little stuff?
Probably. Now, here's what I want to mention to you and everyone. Some things you don't have to get fixed, and your mortgage company won't care. Other things you must get fixed, or your insurance company will care. I mean, your mortgage company.
Right, because my mortgage company, after everything's done, they want to come do an inspection.
Okay, well, that's the way it should be. They want to make sure their security is in good shape. But some people, I just want you to know, and I'm not encouraging this, but I'm saying it's a fact of life. Some people end up putting cash in their pocket after all is said and done, because some of the things they were able to get done, and they got done. But they're still entitled to the loss. They're just not entitled to fraud, okay? So if they overestimate, you're not obligated to give the money back, but you can't have fraud either. You can't make up damage. So having said that, try to get the best deal you can. What did they say, all the little things? What are we talking about?
You know, like my fence needs re-stained, and then they say I got damage to a couple of my upper windows.
You know, I think...
And they give me money for that, but it won't be enough to replace a window.
Well,
I can't get parts for it.
Here's the thing. I don't think that you probably got enough. Here's what I would do if I were you right now. You got the roof. You got Golden Spike, a good company. Get the roof done. And then what I would do is, as an experiment, here's what I want to do. You have an offer from the insurance company, right? So You know you're going to get that. I would like to do a test here, and I would like to have someone from our referral list who is a public adjuster go to your house. Where is it? What part?
Johnstown, Colorado.
I'm hoping he'll do that.
Oh, he goes all over,
right.
Tom, everywhere.
And I'm going to ask him to do a special favor, and that is only take a percentage of the additional money he collects. So, in other words, if he can find you a bunch more money and, you know, and he takes a commission, it's not a big deal. What, Suzanne?
I think he only takes it on the difference anyway, Tom.
Okay, some of them, it depends on when they get involved. You're right, Suzanne. Some do and some don't. But here's why. I'll bet you he finds you a crap load of money.
Okay.
And enough to easily get everything fixed. I want to try this as a test case. And so we're going to call, isn't it Paradigm or
Paragon?
Paragon, sorry. Paragon. Public adjusters work for the public. And so what we'll do is we'll have him see how much more he can get. This would be excellent to see. Then, as far as getting the work done, it's not always a good idea to have one person do it all because it could be too expensive and they may end up subbing anyway. Okay. Sometimes it is a great idea. But first, let's find out what the public adjuster finds in addition. That'll tell us what to do. For example, if you need complete replacement windows, well, then I would just, you know, then I would go to K&H Home Solutions. If you're actually getting replacements, if all you need are some parts, then we could send you somewhere else. So that is how we would figure out who to do, because it could be a handyman or it could be 2 or 3 other companies. And don't let that scare you. I mean, sometimes you just have to go with someone good. And Colorado, did Colorado Fence, what's his name? Our fence guy.
Yeah, our new guy, America Fence.
America Fence.
Which drives me insane.
Do they do repairs on fence?
Yeah, they do everything.
Yeah.
No, he's been doing it for, my God, a fence guy for 25 years.
In other words, we would have him do your fence stuff, and then somebody else do other stuff. All right. So, Suzanne, get him hooked up with Paragon. Let's do this test case. It'll be wonderful to find out. And I'd like to know if that woman got a quote for her insurance from Travelers. She had Travelers, and she was in Tennessee to see what we can do for her. Revitalized Health revitalizes people. Well, they specialize in all kinds of age-defying treatments, especially the hormone treatment. The hormone treatment for testosterone, estrogen, for thyroid. They do BioT, the pellet therapy. What I love about these guys is they dedicate their entire practice to this. So they do other things like stimulating your collagen in your face, which never goes away, so you don't need a filler. They also do thread lifts. They do Juvederm, Botox, and they do, of course, hormone optimization. They're at Ken Carroll and 470, thehormonebros.com. That's the name we dubbed them, and you'll find them there. thehormonebros.com.
This report is sponsored by 23.
They might charge a different percentage if they don't do the whole versus the...
But if he gets extra money, it would be good to save.
Oh, absolutely.
What is it?
Public adjuster. You know what they get for
A little bit of slowing on that ramp northbound 225 to westbound I-70. Nothing out of the ordinary there. I-270 in Commerce City.
He wasn't at first, and I told him he needs to do that.
Tell him to do what?
Have a different percentage to say if he looks at the whole thing, or if he just does, you know, something that was missed by the adjuster. He said in Texas they can't do that. That's where the guy will do the same percentage.
Give the gift for everyone you love with a DNA kit from 23andMe. This holiday season, go to 23andMe.com/gift and get 30% off each kit. Offer ends December 25th.
I'm Tom Martino.
So David, do you find them jobs too? Or
yeah, we do.
For you?
Yeah, we help them find jobs.
Wow, that's a big, to me, the biggest thing, huh?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, we have a lot of people that really they're not ready to work yet, so we're trying to get them to a point where they're ready to work.
We say they're not ready because they're still coming off addiction.
Yeah, still struggling with their addiction. you know, you could get them a job today, they'd lose it in 2 days because they wouldn't show up, they wouldn't stay, they wouldn't work the whole day. You know.
So you got to kind of take that mentality and switch it so that they say, hey, this, and that's the big thing they don't have, huh? They don't.
Right.
They don't feel that they have to show up every day. Isn't it a different mentality? And stuff?
Well, after you've been out of work, for 6 months, a year,
Imagining a better bank starts with looking at the savings.
you know, you get.
Okay, hang on, Mark.
You get out of the habit of working
Connect
too.
for
So part
Colorado,
of it is
Connect
just
for Health.
kind of have to get back into the habit.
Jeremy said it would not be a good idea to pull that quote in Colorado. There's no address, so it would be.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It can be a lot cheaper there.
You just get a job. Hey, I'm making money.
He said it would just look bad.
I don't know. I go to work today and just not show up.
He can't quote it in Tennessee because they're not licensed.
He can quote it, he just can't fucking sell it.
He has to have an address, and he'd have to put in a Colorado address,
eligible for
and he just said it would work.
It's not like they're being like self-actualized.
You want me to get him on the
You know,
phone for you to talk about it?
they're working fast food, or they're working construction, something like that. Picking up even construction jobs that they're working are going to be the really low end. Like
He was going to help her with that stuff
and
advise her on how to shop out
there
there
are
for
certain
stuff. But
it's not the whole homeless population, but there's a certain segment of the homeless population that we would call like chronically homeless that
just as a number,
they're kind of content with their life. They're
just exactly what I say. They learn how to survive.
A middle class.
And that's all they want.
Yeah.
Just
Now,
as an experiment.
the exception to that is when they hit a crisis. So,
like a health crisis.
They hit a health crisis, they lose a family member, they lose a friend on the street, they hit a cold night that's 0 degrees, and they're like, I can't do this anymore. I remember one guy, he had been homeless like that, and it was a cold night, it was snowing, and he was walking to the Salvation Army shelter, and he was basically like, I can't do this anymore, I'm out. You know, and so he got serious, he went into the Salvation Army program, then he came to one of our programs, and he got off the streets and was doing great. But it took that cold night crisis for him to make that decision, like, okay, I can't do this anymore. So, yeah, I mean, people will lose they'll lose a friend to an overdose, and then they're like, oh my goodness, I'm going to die. I'm going to die if I stay out here any longer. So we have a lot of people that come into our transitional housing programs, and they're like, if I wasn't here, I would be dead. You know, they kind of put that 2 and 2 together, and we see a lot of people that do die on the streets. You know?
Sure, no, I can see that. I mean, we've talked about that here before too. It's not easy being homeless.
No.
To me, it's easier working and, you know, paying rent than it is to be homeless. Like, say, just the fact to go to the bathroom out there. Where do you go to get a drink of water?
Yeah.
Where do you go to get a drink of water? Do you pick a cup out of the garbage that has some pop left in it, or you know, it's
I mean, it's.
Hey, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, DenverEgressWindow.com. Go to that website, see the example of work that Denver Egress Window does. They can rebuild your window wells and egress windows to make them legal and compliant and pretty compared to what the builder put in. Or they can make those small ones in the older houses bigger to make them legal and make that square footage accessible. Or, of course, another thing is to do one where none exists. You can actually punch right through the foundation and then open up that square footage, or just have added safety. They can even do walkout basements, terracing down to a patio, even on a flat lot. To see what they can do, go to their website, DenverEgressWindow.com, a company I fully endorse. Good people. I'm Tom Martino. Let's go to the phones. What is on your mind as we clean up toward the end of the year? This is a time of reflection. Many people take care of unfinished business, and many people feel a sense of completion. And what do you need to get done by the end of the year? What do you want to get off your chest? If you have a problem, a question, or complaint, you can call us at 303-713-TALK. And if we're not on the air, and you hear about something, and you think you need to give us a call, you can call 303-MARTINO around the clock. And when you do, we will get back to you, because it'll go to a message, or if we're on the air, it'll come here, or if it's in the office, it'll go to the office. Hi, Victor. What's happening with you? What's going on, Victor?
Good morning.
Hey.
Good morning.
What can we do for you?
I've been living in an apartment complex located in North Denver for approximately 4 years.
Okay.
The method of payment I was under at the time that I leased was personal check. I've never been delinquent with my rent payment, but the company that purchased the facility went from personal paychecks or money orders to a pay lease type of method.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by pay lease?
Well, it's kind of like you get a card with an account number, and you go to Walmart and you deposit the amount of money for the rent or whatever on the card.
Oh, and then what? And then you pay with that card?
Well, no, not the card. They just use the card as a identification for the apartment resident.
So when the money is deposited on the card, rent is considered paid.
Correct.
I think that's ingenious because you're not giving out your personal banking information, and
well, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the company that purchased the property a couple of years ago,
yes,
or a year ago, I should say, kept with that payment, and I was fine with that, other than the processing fee that I have to pay, because I didn't have to give out any personal information, such as an email address or my personal banking account,
yeah,
any of that.
Yeah.
But now they insist on changing the method of payment to either net spend card.
What is that?
Well, essentially the same thing. You load the card.
Okay.
You go to the.
I understand.
Okay.
Or what?
The problem.
Or what?
The problem with. Excuse me.
What's the problem with this method? It sounds like the same thing you were doing, just another card.
No, the problem with that is that I have to give my email address, which I do not have. I do not have an email address.
Oh, okay.
I do not want an email address.
No, I understand. Yeah.
But the problem is, for me to get a net spend card to do this with, I have to have a email address.
Well, hold on. Just wait. Just wait. You have to have an email. What else?
What do you mean? What else?
Is that it? Is that the reason you don't want to do it?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
The other option that they offer, they do offer another option,
which is
which is Rent Track, I believe it's called, and it's essentially an automatic withdrawal because you have to give out your email address and your account number and everything.
I'll get right to it. That's called an ACH. I don't mind doing an ACH if I'm originating it on my end, because then they don't have my information. I just send it through my bank, and I can terminate it at any time. But I will talk to you about net spend and a way around that. But I want to ask, really, if they allow you to originate an ACH to them, and then I want to ask about your lease. That's important, so hold on.
If he doesn't get an email, he's not going to do anything.
No, but here's the deal, though. Here's the deal. The real issue is, even though that's a pain in the ass and all you have to do is get a Hotmail or whatever, the question is, if it's not in his lease, what technically could they refuse payment in another way if it's legal tender? I don't know.
They can. I can tell you this. If I tried to pay someone with nickels, they don't have to accept nickels.
That's not legal tender. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying, can they refuse payment? They can refuse payment in coin. It's not legal tender. But if he was willing to pay cash, or he's willing to pay a prepaid check or a money order at a place, I'm wondering, if it's not mentioned in the lease, can somebody simply come up with a way of payment? Are they allowed to say, this is how we want to be paid? I do think that they can, if they allow him out if he doesn't want to. In other words, let's just say they come up with some cockamamie way to pay, and he doesn't want to.
Don't leases usually say you've got to pay at this address by here, and this
I
can
don't
change?
know.
And then they
That's what I want to get at.
and this can change. So then if it changes...
But if they said, let's just say, and this is not, but let's say they have required a card that costs $100 a year or whatever, and he doesn't want to do it. They should, I think, if it's not in the lease, allow him not to do it and get out of the lease. I'm not saying that they have to accept anything he wants to do, but I don't think you can just arbitrarily come up with a payment method and demand that they do it if it's unreasonable. The law will look at reasonableness. That's what they're going to look at.
Well, there's a change of ownership too, right, in the building.
Yeah, and that doesn't matter because all rents that I know are assignable, all leases. The question is, what does the lease say about payment? How do they say it? And really, that method of payment, he can technically not be evicted, but he's buying a whole shitload of trouble for nothing.
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand why.
I don't like auto pay unless I originate it. I do it under certain. I'll do it, for example, for XL Energy and certain ones. But when you do that, you truly do open yourself up because there is no defense against it at all. None. Once you give an auto pay. And you know what Dish, do you know what, not Dish, what's the other one? Direct. You know what DirecTV does? They say any payment method used on this account can be reused again without your notification or authorization. So a father went in and paid his daughter's bill one time as a gift. They kept his payment information. And when...
That's because he authorized them to do it, though.
Yeah, because no one reads terms and conditions.
That's right.
Because he did authorize them.
There's a lot of stuff going
So
through
like the
Congress right now.
next, the next time she didn't pay, they billed him again?
Yeah, they did.
Like on Facebook and Google was just in front of
The
Congress.
gift that keeps on giving.
They basically were saying, okay, terms and conditions, this is crazy, no one reads them. Google, your terms and conditions are 8 million pages long, and just because you can put in there, I own your firstborn son, doesn't mean you actually can do that.
Right.
Congress was pretty nasty to him. Thank goodness. Those guys are like, they're basically becoming a government of themselves.
Well, it's monopoly, there's no doubt.
Do you realize they can affect
90% of vote.
You know, if they want, they can affect elections. If they wanted to make all the positive stuff on Hillary allowed and suppress the negative, they can, and they can get all the negative on any other opponent.
They'd be in big trouble, but
how do we know they
it would sway the election and it would be
done?
How
do we know
that
they don't do it?
We don't.
They did do it on Trump.
They definitely suppress right-wing views and religious views. There's no doubt about it. But they say they don't. So there's your in and out. What do you say to that?
Temporal scanner thermometer.
Who can really see? And some of their stuff is offshore.
Here, I'm curious. I'm just going to Google literally Trump. T-R-U-M-P. Nothing else. What comes up?
Probably 3 pages of negative.
This report is
This is
sponsored by
Look what came up.
and me.
How's that even
Give the gift
possible?
for everyone
Now
you
I
love
feel as if
with
I
a
did
DNA
something
kit
wrong.
from 23andMe. This holiday
Trump watch,
season, go to
TRUMP.
23andme.com/gift and get 30% off each kit. Offer ends December 25th.
Ex-lawyer of Trump jailed, Michael Cohen attorney. I mean, this is all very relevant this very second.
Which led me to Centennial Schultz Clinic right
First
here in
native
Colorado.
is home,
They're
Trump president.
recognized for their
It's not
work
bad.
That's not bad.
It's not bad.
MDs,
That's not.
working
I thought it was
with
going to be worse.
living
Do that on
cells
CNN.
harvested from your own fat or bone marrow, then strategically delivered with guided injections. Only MDs deliver the injections. More experience than any other provider in the country. Why would you go to a clinic with no MDs at all? Centennial Schultz can help you with painful joints, knees, hips, back, shoulders, hands. They can repair most ACL tears with a needle instead of a knife. Before you have surgery, consult Centennial Schultz at 303-963-9201. Explore your options at a true medical regenerative clinic. Centennial Schultz, 303-963-9201. 303.
God, I love that body. Tell me this isn't funny, though. Her and her husband, they look like brother and sister, don't they? Suzanne and I used to get that a lot. I mean, really. Same mannerisms, same everything. When she first moved in with me, remember, she was 16 years old, and I was 18. This was in Oklahoma, so it was all above board. But the bottom line was we'd get that call all the time when we delivered to our grocery stores. They thought, because we worked together, they really thought we were brother and sister. Plus, we had no kids.
PL to learn more.
All of us here at Affordable Interest Mortgage want to wish you all a happy.
She was robbing the cradle, man.
Maturity level wise.
Oh, uncool. I've always been more mature. I have the maturity level of a 85-year-old woman. You, on the other hand, my friend, have the maturity level of a 12-year-old juvenile boy.
Is now still a good time to purchase.
With a slingshot and a BB gun.
With lower rates. There are specific new programs designed to
What movies do you watch around Christmas? Every Christmas, no matter what. I watch Christmas Vacation, I watch A Christmas Story, and I watch, generally, that's generally. Those two I always watch, no matter what. Oh, and Bad Santa. I've watched Bad Santa for the past 10 years. Oh, the short little actor, he's good too, though. His kid is Miley Cyrus. No, Miley Cyrus' dad. Oh, he's not short, is he? What is his name? I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the only show anywhere, the longest running show on radio with the same host currently on the air. How do you like that? This hour brought to you by Fix It 24/7. Do you know what they're going to do? Fix It 24/7 will send a tech to your home for $35 to find any plumbing, heating, cooling, $39 for any plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, or drains. Now, here's the best part, okay? I always say this. If you have the work done, and you won't have the work done for less money, for better value, for more parts, for the same parts anywhere, they're the great value company. But here's the deal. $39 to find the problem. That alone is a great deal, right? If you have the work done, they credit you the $39. Not this time. Listen to this one. Right now, at 720-526-3939, fixmyhome.com, Fix It 24/7 will find any problem with plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, or drains for $39. And if you have the work done, they credit you not $39, $77 in your pocket. That's it, toward the repair. So you get a $77 discount. And if you think about it, the call is free because you have the problem diagnosed. $39 is the most you're going to pay if you don't have it fixed. If you have it fixed, you don't pay the $39, and you get $77 in a discount. That's fixmyhome.com. Fix It 24/7, 720-526-3939. Welcome to the show. In as our guest today, David Warren with Open Door Ministries. And he is at, they're located Colfax and Marion, roughly, right? Colfax,
yep, that's it.
And you really serve the homeless. You serve those in need. You have a program where you can house families, people in houses, in group settings to learn the skills to get back on their feet again. And it's a 2-year program, is it?
Yeah, most of them are 2-year programs.
And is it 40 people at a time?
Yeah, in all of our different kinds of housing.
All right. And then in addition to housing, you also have Open Doors Ministry where really they come in for food, they come in for fellowship, they come in for all kinds of help.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Do you have a food bank?
We do not have a food bank. A lot of other places have food banks.
And you have meals?
Yeah, we have some meals throughout the week.
And what else do you do? Counseling?
One of our main things is this drop-in center. So we're open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday, and people can just come in off the streets. And a lot of times you just need a friendly face. You need somebody to listen to your situation. And so they come in. It's kind of like the Tom Martino show for the homeless folks. So they come in
with an issue and they talk.
Yeah, and we can share a resource with them. We tell them where to go to find this or that. We help them find a job. We have a lady named Jamie who works with people. She actually does job coaching or even life coaching. So sometimes they're struggling with like mental illness, and they need to deal with that issue before they can get a job or before they can find housing. And so we work on that. Then we work on the next issue. So really, there's 100 different issues somebody might have, and if you don't deal with 1 through 10, you can't deal with 11, which might be getting a job.
So to find out more about them, it's the initials. We're talking the initials here. ODM, Open Door Ministries, odmdenver.org. ODM, which stands for Open Door Ministries. Yep. So it's odmdenver.org. to find out how you can help. Now, I told you we're going to be giving away some stuff. So, we're going to be giving away in northern Colorado, which is Fort Collins, Greeley, Loveland, Windsor, Wellington, a free water heater for a family in need. And for another family in need, we're going to do we're going to help families, a furnace. And this is Lighten Up Electric. What a wonderful, wonderful company. He's going to donate and install a furnace for a family and a water heater for another family. And we need nominations. This is northern Colorado, Fort Collins, Greeley, Loveland, Windsor, Wellington. Now, we're going to verify for him. And where are we going to have them email?
To help@troubleshooter.com, Tom.
Okay. Help@troubleshooter.com. Think about this. Okay? Northern Colorado. If anyone needs a furnace, this is an offer of a lifetime.
No strings attached.
No strings attached, no cost at all. Northern Colorado. And then we also have a water heater or a furnace, okay? So please nominate your people at the website or at the email, help@troubleshooter.com. If it's urgent and you think something's extra urgent or important, you can call us on the show, 303-713-TALK. We'll take your call. Now, Steve, I haven't forgotten about you. I know you waited a while, Steve, up there. But, Victor, what's happening with you, Victor?
Well, as I was saying earlier, the rental agency that owns the property I live in is changing the method of payment.
Right, and they say, okay, so listen, so it comes down to this, and we had a discussion off the air, and here's what it comes down to. They want you to either get a card and fund the card, but in order to do that, they want an email address, and you don't have an email, never want one, or they want to do an ACH, which is a draft of your account. And you don't feel like giving out your account number. Now, I will say this, okay? When it comes to ACHs, I agree with you that ACHs can be dangerous, and here's why. If you give an ACH to a company and they do it on their end, you can't stop it unless they do it for you. If you had a dispute with, like, say, a health club, and you let them do an ACH, you can't stop that payment even if you go to your bank and tell them you don't want it unless the agency agrees to it. It's amazing how ridiculous that system is that you cannot shut off an auto payment. But here's the deal.
I already knew that.
Here's the deal, though. What I recommend people do if they don't want to do an ACH on their account is to get a special account just for rent. Now, that obviously is an option. The other one is to just get an email address and just keep it for this only. But if you don't want to do any of that, the question is going to come down to this. Can they make you? And that's really a complicated, it's not as simple as you think. What, first of all, does the lease say about payment? And I mean, I need to know exactly what it says. I'm interested because I'd like to run it by our attorneys. What does the lease say about payment?
I don't know offhand. I don't have the lease with me, and I haven't reviewed it in 3 years. I've not been on. I've been on month to month for 3 years.
Okay.
4 years
now,
I've been there. I've been on month to month.
I understand. Just so you know, even though you're on month to month, the previous written lease, the terms and conditions continue on a month-to-month basis. Now, they can change that. So if you can help us by getting a copy of that, we will gladly have someone review it for you because, Victor, it may turn out that, let's just say technically, they can't force you to do one or the other, and they have to accept, a cash payment at a certain address, or they have to accept a prepaid money order or something, a form, a cash or equivalent. Let's say that is the case. But then here's the deal. They will, if they can't force you, they can evict you. And they can simply evict you, not for any other reason than they want you out of there. And I want to know, is it important enough to you to get evicted rather than opening up a junk bank account or a junk email?
Maybe he can open one.
I don't want to get evicted because I can't afford to pay the rent that, standard, the going rent that's going,
Victor, it's amazing, though.
Metro area.
It's amazing to me. You do not have and will not have an email address. What do you do with the myriad of people that ask for email?
I don't give it to them.
Do you tell them you don't have one?
Correct.
Do you have a cell phone, right?
I have a cell phone. I have text message. Well, I have a smartphone, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
With text message capability. I receive text. I send text. Any means of communicating with me that way is available, but I do not have a email.
My opinion is they have a payment policy. They can create whatever they want. Now, if they don't talk about a payment policy, maybe that changes things, but they can accept whatever they want to accept.
That's true. That's true.
There's one time, this is once again my understanding.
If you agree to it, right.
Yeah, one time they have to I don't think this would fall under it, but my understanding is if it's a debt, they have to be able to take almost every normal form of payment, like cash.
Well, here's the thing, though. And then a lot of times you've heard of stories. I shouldn't say a lot, but we've heard of stories where a guy was pissed off and he wanted to pay his bill in pennies or nickels, and they refused it.
I did that once.
And they can refuse it because it's not considered legal tender. So, they can refuse coin. 303-713-8255. This is an interesting topic, but, really it comes down to the written agreement. And in the absence of that, it does come down to what the court may call, not may, they usually always say what is reasonable. They may say, Victor, even though they can't make you get an email, in this case, it's reasonable for them to ask you to do net spend.
I think coins are legal tender, though. I do disagree with that.
Okay, well, you can disagree all you want. Okay, but they're not legal tender as far as payment of debt, because that's already, just look it up. 303-713-8255. Joe Lazzara is a criminal defense attorney that I hope you never ever need. This is the holiday season, and unfortunately, people are lax about drinking and driving. Do not take this as an endorsement for drinking and driving, but I will tell you this. Even going through the system, pleading guilty, learning your lesson requires an attorney. Maybe your rights were violated or some other problem. 303-429-6200. Keep the name handy for you or a friend. Remember, there are always designated drivers or Uber or Lyft. 303-429-6200. He does flat rate pricing on criminal defense of all kinds. Flat rate, so he doesn't nickel and dime you. That's 303-429-6200. Joe Lazzara is on my referral list at referrallist.com.
Hey, Tom, real quick, I
This
took
report
Brian Luby's email.
Okay, what does he want?
He wanted MP3 podcast, which then brings me to you.
Tell him to go to referral list and find
You
it.
can't. You can't go back that far. So that's what I went to Spreaker. I went to Spreaker because iHeart doesn't allow it. I go to Spreaker. I can get I can download any of our podcasts. I put
Coins are legal tender. It says here, and this is from Forbes.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean people have to accept them.
But it is legal tender, so I got to correct that.
So,
it says, I'm sorry.
I have Grant asking, why can't we use Spreaker to use my old best of marks that I've done?
Because they most likely have an embedded tone in them.
Okay, I'll tell Grant that. But
Yeah, and we cannot.
Why can't they do what?
why can't we use
The podcasts have embedded tones. You have to get them off the logger. You cannot get messed up from a podcast.
Because you're falsely encoded.
Oh, they play it down in Colorado
Springs.
Springs.
It's for best of. That doesn't mean if somebody wants to double the show, they can do it. We can do that.
I already handled that. I'm just going on a different track now, Tom, that's all.
No, you can't run podcasts as best of. Can't do it. There's an embedded code in there. You can't do it.
Okay.
We did it one time. Actually, I did it multiple times. And I sent the people meter into a frenzy and got numerous phone calls from people very high in this building.
Legal tender status. Here's the treasury. Okay, good.
Key lockout, tolling,
I got a career. I want to correct these as soon as possible. I thought currency legal.
But I don't think you have to accept cash unless it's a debt.
Here's what it says, personal legal, entitled legal tender. Here it is. United States coins and currency, including Federal Reserve notes, are legal tender for all debts. Hold on. The statute means that all United States money, as identified above, are valid and legal for payment of debts when tendered to a creditor. There is, however, no federal state mandate that a business must accept it.
That's right.
Okay.
Unless it's a debt. They have to accept it if it's a debt.
It says here, coins, it says here, there is, however, no federal mandate that a private business, person, or organization must accept currency or coins as for payment for goods and or services. Private businesses are free to develop their own policy. It doesn't even say, it doesn't talk about
They have to, I know they have to take it as a debt. Or else you could simply refuse not to take someone's payment.
Pennies, hold on. But it doesn't talk about debt. Why? It doesn't even say it one way.
Well, I don't know why, but
it says
the reality of it is
private businesses are free to develop
I could put everybody in debt
on whether or not to accept cash, unless there is a state law.
Oh, maybe it's state debt.
Planned and ready to go. And then we're stepping things.
I had someone come in and wanted to buy their bounce check back, and basically I went after him, and ultimately I learned through that if they come in with cash, I virtually have to take the cash because it was a debt.
So hold on.
Snope says there is, however, no federal law mandating that a person or organization must accept currency or coins as payment for goods.
Misinformation. Hold on.
Yeah, it could be. Okay, well I'm going to just look at
Snope.
Do you have to accept cash in Colorado?
All money.
It says up until the late 19th century, pennies and nickels weren't legal tender.
So when?
Up until the late 19th century.
Oh, well, that wasn't what.
That sure wasn't in a call.
No, I was referring to something.
Oh, he might have been on here.
I was referring to a guy with pennies where they wouldn't accept it and they didn't have to. But that's only because.
Here's one. Can a business refuse cash?
And it very well could be state by state.
Up until the low, you're reading the same thing I am. The coinage act.
Come out of the gate and offer you a fair settlement. I don't think an individual.
Okay, so let's,
even after
Coinage Act 65, all coins are legal tender.
Every single day I fight for people like you. That's personal injury attorney John Fuller, 303-597.
Businesses are free to accept or reject pennies as they see fit.
I'm talking debt, though. Purely debt.
But Mark, if it doesn't say that,
I know, I'm trying
to
businesses.
It says paying
a business, but that's not a debt. I understand exchanging a good or service. I can only accept.
They would say that here? Don't you think they would say that here?
I think they would. But.
All right, I'm Tom Martino. By the way, just so you know, okay, we looked it up. Legal tender, coins are legal tender, but private. It says private businesses can decide what form of payment they want. Even though coins are legal tender, they can refuse to take coins. Now, it doesn't go any more detailed than that. But so I want to make sure that people don't go off half-cocked and say, Tom said. So they are legal tender. By the way, speaking of legal tender, there will be no legal tender required from Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair when you get a tear down of your transmission and a free inspection. By the way, I'm serious now. If you go there, you say, look, we have a transmission problem, and there's a likelihood you're going to get it fixed. They'll give you a range, let's say, from anywhere from 800 to, 2,500. If you say, yeah, I think I'll get it fixed, you're not required to. Here's what they're going to do. They're going to tear it down and give you a complete inspection. If it turns out to be more than you really bargained for, you don't have to get it fixed. You'll never be charged for that tear down. If you decide to take it somewhere else, you won't be charged. If you decide to junk the car, you won't be charged. If you want to get it all back together for some crazy reason, I don't know why if it's that bad, but if you do, that charge will be discussed up front. So you see what I'm saying? There's no risk, no downside whatsoever. Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair on South Santa Fe, just south of Dartmouth. And you will love Mark Machowski and his team. Say hi to Scott for me and the rest. 303-781-9858. That's an important message about transmissions people will be astounded by. Tear down Inspection free of charge. 303-781-9858. Okay, now, we got a comment from, no, let me go to Steve. Steve's been waiting too long. Steve, go ahead. What's going on with you, Steve?
Hi, Tom. Thanks for taking my call.
Yes, what's going on, Steve?
We have a potential problem that I want to nip in the bud before it's too late. We have a 2007 Toyota Highlander that needed a new water pump, so we brought it to the dealer to have that work done. Unfortunately, when they were installing that new water pump, one of the bolts they used was the wrong size, and it led them to destroying one of the engine cylinders. And now the
Wait a
engine
minute.
needs to be...
How the hell did that go to do a cylinder, a wrong bolt in a? Did it stick out too much?
I have no idea. That's what they told me when they called me back to tell me about the problem.
What I'm thinking is it went through the case or something crazy, which I don't understand. But in any case, I take you at your word. It ruined a cylinder. Now what?
So initially when they called, they said they were going to give us a brand new engine, which we were okay with.
How many miles on this?
130,000.
They would be crazy to give you a brand new engine. They don't have to, but okay, go ahead.
Understood, yeah. But then on a subsequent phone call, they said they were going to install a used engine with 127,000 miles.
Which would be comparable, yes, if it is comparable.
My concern was I was worried because I don't know the condition of that engine.
That's exactly right. You're exactly right.
To haul heavy loads, maybe it's been in one of the floods across
That's
the
why. That's why I would demand some kind of warranty, because you had an engine that you knew. Did you have this from new?
No.
Oh, how long did you have it?
We bought it in 2010, so 8 years.
Yeah, you had it a long time.
Yeah.
I would say that you're reasonable in saying, hey, man, I have no idea what this engine is. But here's what I want to know. Why don't they just fix it?
They can't fix it.
Why?
I don't know. They just said they said they couldn't.
Okay,
instead of putting
they can do a new
maybe
head.
They ruined the block or
they
something.
They can do a new head. I mean,
it might be through a rod through the bottom. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know either. They just said they had to put a new engine in. So instead of because we objected to the used engine, they said they would put in something called a short block engine.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's the short.
So anyway, the reason for my call is I just need some advice.
The short block.
What are reasonable demands that I can make of the dealer?
All right, Steve. The short block is is really a new engine. It's just not the top end. They're doing the whole block. And they call it a short block because it's not the whole engine. Okay, that's a good option. That's a really, especially if it's new, that's a great option. That is, because then you have your engine back better. It's better than before, so that's what I would do.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get more than I deserve. I just want
that
this
is
to be
more
a win-win situation.
That is technically more than you deserve, but you know what? You deserve a car that's running, and even though technically you had to use engine with 130,000 miles, I mean, you deserve a good engine with 130,000. I think the short block is the way to go because your head is what it is. It's the way you took care of it. That head will go on that short block to make an even better engine. Now, here's what I want to tell you. Some of the dangers I have heard, Mark, I don't know if it's a fallacy or not, that when you do a new block, a new short block, and you have an older head, like I said, I just heard it, that it can cause more strain on that head because they didn't wear together.
I've seen the opposite. What I've seen is someone will do a head gasket, they'll send the head out, they'll have it machined, do a new head gasket, the bottom end all of a sudden has more compression, and you end up throwing some bearings.
Just the opposite. Okay, so here's the deal. They should, under any circumstances, I believe, put a warranty on it.
They only they have, and it's a 1-year unlimited mileage warranty.
That's it. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. I would do the short block with the 1 year. You know what? You are being bettered, and you're not paying for it. That's a good option.
All right. Thanks a lot, Tom.
Do you love this car? Do you love it so much you'd keep it for a long, long time?
Yes, we're going to give it to our daughter in a few years.
Another option. The short block is really a great option. Don't screw with it. But if they did a whole new engine and you paid for betterment, as long as it's the true betterment and not the whole, like for example, if you could figure out what the price of this short block is, the true honest to God price with labor, and then you add the extra and just say, you know what, let's just do the whole engine, and then you pay, even though you're paying extra, you're literally, I mean, come on, man, you're getting a really nice truck here. And then in the future, if you had to do a transmission, you're in essence, those Highlanders are built really, really well. Now, that's one option, but don't be so anxious to pay for betterment if they screw you on it. They may not give you accurate numbers where you end up paying for the whole thing. Do you know what I'm saying?
I understand.
So you can run the betterment numbers past us. If you say to them, look, I'm inclined to take the short block with the 1-year warranty. And by the way, Steve, that is a great deal. But then you say, just out of curiosity, what would it be if you did the whole engine and I pay for betterment?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you figure it out? Do I have somebody on this call they want to comment? Oh, no, okay. Okay, 303-713-8255. Jeff, welcome to the show. What's going on, Jeff?
Hey, Tom, how's it going, man?
Good, man. And I just want to tell people we have lines open. You can get right through. 303-713-8255. What's new?
Hey, listen, you had a caller a couple weeks back who was having problems getting his Social Security disability. And I believe the guy had 2 knee replacements and a hip replacement and blah, blah, blah. You were trying to help him out.
Okay.
Well, I mean, that's all fine and dandy, but let me run a little something by you here.
Okay.
My brother fell 4 stories out of a condominium complex.
Gosh.
He broke almost every bone in his body.
Oh, man.
And while he was at Craig Hospital for 7 months, they denied him his Social Security disability. But anyway...
Wait. Why did they deny him SSDI?
You know what? I'm not quite sure.
Oh, there's got to be a reason.
But anyway. Today, as we move forward, he's in a wheelchair. He's now a paraplegic. The man gets up every day. He goes to work every day.
Wait, he doesn't get even partial?
He does not.
Wait. Okay, I guess I didn't know this. I guess paraplegics, do they figure you are capable of doing something, right? But then think about this, Jeff. Think about the people who are on Social Security disability who... I mean, that defies description here in my head here. You got a guy, a paraplegic, and he can't get SSDI, but you got a guy who wears onesies because he feels like a baby and he's disabled and he gets Social Security disability. There's a guy, and he's not the only one. There are people. This guy has a complex where he can't work. It's too much pressure for him. He wears onesies and sucks on baby bottles all day and collects SSDI. And this is weird. Okay, go ahead.
But anyway, I guess my whole point is my brother got off his butt and he picked himself. This guy can literally pull himself up and down the stairs in his wheelchair. But he gets up every morning, gets himself ready for work, makes his lunch, gets a shower, throws his wheelchair. He's got suicide doors on his truck, throws his wheelchair in the back of his truck, goes to work every day.
Yeah.
He does not receive SSDI.
Do you think SSDI is overdone?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think it's overdone. Here's what I think. I think it's misplaced. I think some people are getting it that shouldn't, and others that really need it are not getting it. I mean, and here's another thing I think is wrong, Jeff. This is truly wrong. I don't believe they do partial SSDI. I think that if you either have to be 100% or nothing, and therefore there's no reward for a guy like your brother who might not be able to make the same amount, but he's willing to work and do something. Now, let's find that out. Could you ask one of our people, Cliff Enton or someone, could you ask about Social Security disability? Anyone we have. Here's the simple question. Is there a such thing as partial SSDI, or is it all or nothing? And maybe somebody listening knows this. Maybe you went through it. 303-713-8255. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Frank, what would you like to tell our listeners today? Because I always say you're the ultimate authority when it comes to buying and selling real estate, both listing your stuff or listing it or going out and finding something to buy.
Hey, Tom, good morning. You know,
what is your message?
We're in the month of December, and things have slowed down a bit. I have to tell you, we're working just as hard, my team and I, as we did in mid-July. And you know what? We just put 2 homes under contract, getting ready to put 2 more under contract this afternoon. Homes are definitely moving. We're getting wonderful prices on them.
So you're saying you don't have to wait till after the holidays?
No, in fact, I tell you what, I think you might find some more serious buyers this time of year who really have to get into a property.
And now, Frank, when it comes to listing a home, why do you not always go for the gusto? You know, some people go with other real estate people because they promised them more, but they end up getting less.
Well, that's a great question. I want to make people, understand we're not going to price it, below market. What we are going to do is find that sweet spot. We're going to find the pulse of the market where we can get the highest demand of buyers and ultimately get them the best net bottom line dollar with the bidding war.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at, Frank. I remember a case where you had, and you came in lower than most others said they would list it for because you wanted to get multiple bids, and then you picked and chose. You chose the one that actually ended up being higher than the other people wanted to list it for. So ultimately, it's not what you list it for; it's what you get for it in the end that counts. That's really what counts.
In fact, Tom, I sold one that sold for $18,000 over the appraised value, but because we had such a bidding war, we got the buyer to cover the difference if it didn't appraise.
Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. And when it comes to financing that, Ideal Home Loans for your next ideal home loan.
I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Oh, they are on here. Sorry, they were on here. I didn't see them.
There is no partial SSDI.
No.
No, there is no partial.
I'll finish it up when I come back.
You're either on or off.
Is that true?
That's true.
Do you think that sucks?
But there is partial for VA.
Yeah, veterans. You could be covered just for your eyeballs.
You can still, if you get SSDI, you can still work.
A little bit.
You can make up to a certain amount per month without losing your SSDI. And if you make, I think if you start to make more than that, they will reduce it without completely.
But if you're really not making much, it doesn't matter too much because in Colorado they just put you on Medicaid. It wouldn't matter.
That's only for medical. We're talking about SSDI is actual cash that you get to lift. Yeah. Like I've been the payee for some people and they get like, $700 a month.
Yeah.
And that's the actual cash that they use to pay their rent and stuff. They can still get Medicaid for their health, yeah. No. How did they meet? I think they met at their church. She's going to Grace Chapel now. She's not at Christian anymore.
What the hell were they in Futures?
Yeah, but they didn't need it open door.
Brought to you by Capital One.
Say it again. I wonder how that church fared after.
Who did? Well, no, they're doing well. I'm saying they're doing well. She's getting all this pressure. Got a new pastor now. My in-laws go there.
Another one's already been teaching right away.
The one that they
I think the one other place.
They'll never have a vote.
You know, but it took like a year.
You can impeach for any reason.
It took like a year.
You're saying
he's a guy from
impeach just because they don't think he's doing a good job if they have enough of the vote.
Pretty good guy.
It's like a board of directors, right?
A special number to address your concerns. 720.
There was a young man that was there that was Josh.
Yeah, he went to Grace Chapel as the senior pastor, and I think that's why Megan went over to Grace Chapel.
You go to him for
he's down there.
That guy with the hail damage from Geico that says it wasn't damaged and they're going to send him to Nick, and he said he was out of town.
Oh, you going?
No, he just emailed me. Hi, just to let you know, I spoke to Nick and sent him a pic of the car. He told me as fair as he could tell it's hail. As far as he could tell it's hail. He didn't take it to Nick. He just sent him pictures.
There's something wrong with that. What else? With who? The guy with the hail said Geico wouldn't pay.
Why would he go there?
And I said I thought something was up.
Okay, so where is he?
He won't take it over.
He sent him a picture. I can't even believe Nick would say
that. No. He has to take it over there. Why won't he take it over there?
I'm asking.
He owns a tow truck company.
303-690-0100. 303-690-0100.
There's something fishy.
Genoway here. Is refinancing your home the right call? Well, an easy way to answer that question, talk to one of the salary-based mortgage consultants at American Financing. They're going to listen to your needs, discuss your financial goals, and then customize a loan program to save you the most money. That's why they have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. I'm here with Gabby from American Financing. Tell us more.
That's right, John. We take pride in our customer service and do what it takes to help customers save up to $1,000 a month. Hi, it's Gabby Maldonado, co-founder of American Financing. If you're a homeowner, now is a great time to take advantage of low mortgage rates. You're able to consolidate high-interest credit cards and student loans into a lower-rate home loan without paying upfront fees. Best of all, you could potentially save up to $12,000 a year. What are you waiting for? Give American Financing a call today.
Call 303-695-7000.
Well, Theresa May's getting her vote of no confidence today.
695-7000.
She needs to.
That's going to be a big deal.
American Financing, Colorado's home for home loans.
And the last 182-334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
If you're thinking about solar power, think Cam Solar. You can get a free evaluation of your lot to see what it will generate over the next 20 years. Just going to a website and filling out a form. Not only that, they will guarantee that analysis along with a 20-year parts and labor guarantee if you decide to go with their system. They have 3,000 systems going right now. GoCamSolar.com is the website. GoCamSolar.com/troubleshooter. GoCamSolar.com/troubleshooter.
This is the Russ Kaminsky Show.
One thing I like about your show more than most is that you are equally fair, that you will call out Trump when he does something wrong and you will praise him with something right. You are very rare among talk show hosts, so I appreciate you.
Thank you.
And I think it's really funny and irrelevant when people go, well, I don't know if I agree with you. Well, people are not supposed to agree with you all the time.
That's right. That would be boring,
wouldn't it? Yeah.
Start your day with Ross Kaminsky. Mornings 5 to 10 on Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW. 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. A free furnace or a free water heater, one to each to a different family. We're not going to do but two for one family. If you want to nominate families in need, help@troubleshooter.com. This is for Northern Colorado only, Fort Collins, Greeley, Loveland, Windsor, Wellington. A furnace with installation or a water heater with installation. And this is brought to you by Lighten Up Electric. Shouldn't we call them Lighten Up Electric Heating and Air? They do plumbing too? I mean, we ought to find that out. I say Lighten Up Electric, good people, on our referral list at referrallist.com. Now, to add to the giveaways, Carpet Doctor, he didn't say how many. We don't know, but we'll play it by ear. He's going to do free carpet cleaning for a low-income family in need. Carpet cleaning. Now, if you have children, I would put you high on the list because children crawl around on that carpet, and carpets are big air filters. And I'm telling you, man, you don't want your kids, playing around on dirty carpets. Think about it. You walk in a public restroom. You go up, any man walks up to a urinal. You may as well call it, I don't know what you call it because I don't know. I mean, it's almost like it's not there. I swear some men don't even know where to point. Anyway, it's all over. So you walk up there, the bottom of your shoes get that, right? And now you're walking around at home and you're rubbing that all over your carpet. Then your little baby goes down and crawling all over. Think about it. My gosh. 303-713-8255. Let's talk to Mary. Mary?
Yes, I'm here.
What is happening?
I want you to find me a loan company that I could get some money off of my house. My house is paid for. I only got a choice loan of $5,000, and I pay $130 a month on it.
What do you mean a choice loan? What is that?
I don't know. It's with a credit union that I had.
Yeah, it may be bad. Is it a first or second? Is your house paid for other than that?
Oh, my house is paid for.
Okay, so I'm almost positive that $5,000 you're paying too much interest. How much interest you paying on that?
I don't know how much I pay, but I can draw money off of it when the money build up on it, and I need something, I can draw money off.
I bet it's not attached to our house. I bet it's just a signature loan.
Is it a personal loan or is it a loan on your house?
No, it's not a loan on my house. It's a choice loan.
Oh, I see. So here's the deal. How old are you?
I'm 83.
83.
Do you want to stay there forever?
All I want is just a little money to
Okay, here's what we're going toward is a reverse loan, and here's why. If you're 62 or older, you own your home is paid for, you got a lot of equity, I would use a reverse loan. But here's why. You don't have to pay back a reverse loan, but it will eat up your equity over time. However, What is your house worth?
Oh, I think it's $400,000 or $500,000.
Okay. You can probably get $300,000 in a line of credit. Now listen to what I mean by that. That sits there, and you don't pay anything on that unless you draw it out. So now let's say you draw out the $5,000, get rid of that choice loan. The interest on that $5,000 is accruing against your house. The chances of this loan accruing too high, I think, are nil. I think it's a great deal. But even if your house went down in value, let's say, worst case scenario, let's say you spent the whole $300,000, you didn't pay a penny back, and your house went down in value. Who would be hurt? No one. You would have no equity to pass on to anyone, but no one would be responsible for any negative. Did you want to leave your home to someone? Mary?
No, I got kids. You know,
all right. Now, if I understand that. A lot of parents do not want to take a reverse loan because they want their kids to live in the house. Or to sell the house, in other words, they want to preserve the equity for their kids. I think that's BS, basically, and I think you're in your 80s, and maybe you might want to take a little trip, you might want to fix something up, you might want to treat yourself. If I were you, I would call ApprovalReverse.com, I would call Joan Sullivan, and figure out a reverse loan. In your situation, it's not a bad deal. Now, I'm not saying it's a good thing for everyone, but look at you. You're in your 80s. You're not going to go anywhere. You want to live in your home. Can you imagine, Mary, having $300,000 available to you to use when you need it, and you don't have to make payments on it?
Oh, so that's the best for me to go that way.
That's what I think, but I want you to consider it. I don't just do it because I'm telling you that, but can you see any downside to it? Can you?
Oh, no. No.
Now, remember, though, at your death, or if you move, your house is sold and the loan has to be paid off. The good news is you can never be held responsible for more than the proceeds of your home. Okay? So I think Joan Sullivan, Approval Reverse, is 303.
Okay, wait a minute. Get his number.
Okay, Suzanne, give it to her off the air. 303-771-3528. Joan Sullivan, ApprovalReverse.com. Now, here's another thing. Ideal Home Loans, while they don't have reverse loans, they have lines of credit, or they have, you know, what amounts to a first, if you want it, as well. That could be favorable, too, but those have to be paid, okay? And that's idealhomeloans.com, and they're a great lender as well, and they're a direct mortgage lender. But first, I would try the reverse loan. But for those listening, you know, to tap into your equity, you can do a brand new first. It doesn't have to be a refinance. You're allowed to pull cash out of your home as well, okay, with a regular loan. Ideal Home Loans is 303-867-7000. The good thing about them, you can pick whatever term you want. You don't have to do a 30-year, but you can. If you want. I mean, what do you care? If you're older and you take a 30-year loan, make the payments really low. 303-867-7000. Again, now, I'm giving advice to an 80-something-year-old woman. That doesn't mean everyone should go out and do what I just said. All right, so remember, free carpet cleaning to a family in need if you just go to our website. You email us at the website, which is help@troubleshooter.com. It'll come to our website, and we'll go through nominations. We have a lot more to talk about. I want you to stick around, and Open Door Ministries is with us. If you're inclined to help out during the holidays, this is a very deserving group. And Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center is probably the best thing you can do for someone with a hearing loss or tinnitus around Christmas time. How about that? How about calling up Dr. Patty and Dr. Lisa, or Dr. Dagmar, of course, and you say, listen, I'd like to give a gift certificate for an evaluation. Could you imagine? That would get him in there. I would love it. So put it in a card and do an evaluation. And then when they go in, they get to try out hearing aids and actually use them before committing to buy with no obligation. That's what I love about Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center. They're at the forefront of the latest gadgets for your ears. They really, really are. And they have a tinnitus treatment called the Syncra, which I truly encourage you to do. For certain tinnitus, it is a cure. 303-534-0163. 534-0163.
This report is sponsored by 23 and Me.
There's a few slow spots popping up here and there on the highway drives in the metro area. For
That woman, I was just going to say that. I mean, perfect. I mean, perfect.
Southbound I-25.
You don't do better than that.
What is the choice loan?
I don't know.
Nothing out of the ordinary there.
The
highway drive.
It must have been some loan to the bank.
It's just a bend over loan. I'm sure.
It's probably just a signature.
High interest.
They saw that she had, well, I don't know how high it is, but they saw that she had a house.
I'm sure it's higher than a home equity.
Oh, yeah. The low around 21. Right now it's mostly.
I think reverse mortgages, she's made for it. Oh, she's the one I went out, or Suzanne and I went out and gave her all those gift cards.
She's great.
What's the difference between
She's a
home
nice
equity
woman.
and...
Mark, she's a lovely woman, right?
Reverse mortgage, you never pay back
Go to
ever.
23andme.com/gift.
Never. They just keep taking the equity.
And then if the equity reaches the house and above, they'll never take more than they do.
And they can never kick you out till you're dead. Well, once you pay taxes and some other stuff.
Yeah, taxes, maintenance, maintenance up. So that was the same Mary that you guys went out?
Her daughter's in jail, prison, and then she's got a 13-year-old and 15-year-old granddaughter living with her now. She's 80-something.
So she just gets Social Security?
I don't know her income. I would assume she gets money for the 2 kids, but not a lot. I don't know. She just, remember she called up, she just wanted a few jackets, so we got her, I think we gave her a gift card to Walmart for a couple $100 to go get jackets and boots and stuff. Man, can you imagine that? That woman has literally been a mother her whole life.
Yeah. But
they were her great-grandkids. What am I saying?
But I think they like that. I'm sure she wants.
Oh, I'm sure she loves watching kids till the day she dies. Come on, Dan.
I'll bet you she does.
You mean just keeping her busy and stuff?
Yes.
Never being able to leave, never being able to go on vacation.
She probably doesn't want to and stuff.
I disagree.
I think a lot, like my parents and stuff, took care of their grandkids and stuff, and they actually, when they actually got took away, they
didn't like
felt a little lonely.
Indeed knows it's hard to find
I bet they celebrated when you left.
When you post your job on
Indeed,
for the skills you need.
Nurse practitioner, 4+ years experience, acute care certification.
Indeed has a huge pool of amazing candidates and screener tools that help you find your most qualified applicants.
Whoa, an entire short list of unicorns.
See why more than 3 million companies worldwide use Indeed to hire. Post your job at Indeed.com/hire. Indeed, the world's #1 job site. SourceCom score total visits.
Dell.
You know, my screen time is not accurate.
Give you tech advice and one-on-one partnership to help
you get a stat. I get stats.
Why do you even give that? Why do you even care?
Well, here's the deal. It's inaccurate because books on tape, they consider that. Whenever your phone's on, how do they know you're looking at it?
Plus, get free shipping on everything.
I mean, really? How do they know when you're looking at your screen?
Call 877-BUY
Oh, sure.
Talk to a
But I mean, why do you even care?
today. That's 877-BUY
Well, what is your average?
Dell.
Per day. I would have. Mine sounds like I'm insane if you look at it because I ride around with it on.
Ricochet Markets
But
making you nervous?
it's not
Hi, this is Linda
watching the
Gardner,
phone.
host of Your Money.
So I'm wondering if they call that screen
Saturdays
time.
at 2 p.m. on 630 KL. The current
I
bull
don't even
market
track
began
mine.
in March 2009 and became the longest
Cow.
bull run in history in August
it is.
2018. So, how long will it
iPhone screen
last?
time.
No one knows. And my crystal ball still isn't working. We had 2 bear markets in the first 10 years of
See,
this
everyone,
century.
there's no original question. Everyone's asked something before it autofills.
Each time. If it happens again, how much are you willing to lose? Let's prepare a personalized retirement portfolio stress test just for you. Don't let market volatility derail your retirement.
They want you to
Call
feel
today for a
guilty is the
complimentary
answer.
visit to
Is that why
review your
you're doing it?
retirement portfolio. Call now, 720-488-86.
No, I think a grandmother like that that's a purpose in life. Is to raise her
This
kids.
is all private,
Or go
but
to
it does record some activity.
yourmoneyyourretirement.com.
Ask Alexa to play 630 KHOW on iHeartRadio. Then you can can hear Ross Kaminsky
So,
tomorrow
you're wrong
morning
on
5
that.
to 10.
That's her purpose in life. That's her whole purpose in life.
Is that what she said?
No, I'll guarantee
Well,
you.
then I'll ask her. When, is she
You
still
ask
on?
her. Ask her.
When have I been wrong? We'll ask her.
That one time you thought you were wrong.
I'm Tom Martino here. Integra Insurance.
It's important. Integra Insurance. That is a broker, a brokerage, and they have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of healthcare plans, and you need health insurance. Let them do it for you. You never pay extra ever, ever, ever for using a broker. It's insane to try it, do it yourself, and it's open enrollment. You have until when? January 15th. So this is one client that hands down I say is good for everyone. IntegraInsurance.com, 303-466-5500. Health insurance made simple and smart. Okay, Terry's a contractor. You need advice. What's going on? Terry.
Good morning, Tom.
Hey.
Contractor number 1 went in and painted a house.
Are you the one or two?
No, I'm 2.
Okay, so a contractor went in and painted a house and made a mess, okay?
The owner of the house called the state. They came out, found out that all the paint chips on the ground and stuff were lead-based.
Uh-oh.
Now I'm contractor number 2 that is lead certified. I'm going to put a bid in to clean all this up, but I have to collect from contractor number 1.
Who says you have to collect from number 1?
Well, they're the ones that made the mess.
Yeah, but you collect from the homeowner. Why? I mean, I wouldn't take a job. If a homeowner told me, oh, Mr. Martino, you can have the job, but we're not going to pay you. You have to go after someone for it. I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, go after, have the homeowner pay, and they go after the contractor.
Excuse me, Terry, listen. Just listen logically, okay? Here's a logical thing. Think about what you're saying. Okay, I get in a car accident, and I go to a body shop, and I said, John Smith ran a red light and hit me, so you need to fix my car, and then you need to go after John Smith to get paid. I mean, of course it's ridiculous, Terry, that the homeowner actually asked you to do the job and to collect from the other contractor.
The contractor's the one responsible because they're getting ready to get big fines from the state.
Terry,
okay,
does this sound unusual to you? That the homeowner is not going to pay you? That they want you to go after someone? Okay, so what if the contractor says we're not going to pay? What do you do then? Now you have to hire an attorney. And now let's say it goes to court. So let's say it's going to cost you $50,000. Now are you okay with this is what I'm asking. I'm not trying to give you a hard time. No. Doesn't it sound unusual to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, even though they're responsible, it's not your responsibility to collect that money. But here's, again, I'm going back to an original question because I'm befuddled. Did the homeowner really ask you to do it under those conditions?
No.
Oh. Well, then why are you asking about that?
The state referred us to this.
Oh. And the state
said, they know we're a lead abatement company.
Okay, so did the state call you, or did the state tell the homeowner to call you?
The state called us and said this is what has to be done. This needs to be cleaned up.
Okay, and then what else did the state say?
That the construction company is responsible for it.
Did they say they would help make the construction company pay?
Well, that's the position we're in right now. We haven't put the bid in yet, and I just went to my bank to see if there was an escrow account where if the construction company would put all the money in there, so I know I'm going to get paid. That's what I am worried about. Yes.
Now, but did they insinuate that they would get involved and help you?
No, absolutely not. They're just saying that this needs to be done. The construction company has to pay for it. Or next week they're going to start getting the big fines for doing this illegally.
Oh, so at least you have some muscle, right? That's good.
Sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Here's what I would do then, Terry. This is a good idea. If I would go to the homeowner and make them sign a contract to be responsible for the whole payment. Okay? That's what I would do. Then I would say that you will attempt to try to get payment, and have an attorney help you. And then, but that the homeowner is ultimately responsible. It's just like a doctor does with your health insurance. The patient takes ultimate responsibility, but you will attempt. But you don't want to get into spending money and stuff. Man, you do not want that. But if you can get them to put the money in up front, that would be excellent. So you're going on the right path.
I grew up in the military.
Didn't that sound puzzling to you that this guy did you hear the problem? I did. Listen to this. This guy said, Terry said, that a contractor went in, stripped paint, and put new paint on, and did a mess, right? When they inspected the paint that he took off, it was lead-based. They did the whole thing wrong. Has to be redone completely. Contractor number one is responsible, right?
He literally used lead paint?
No. He was scraping off lead paint, but he didn't do it properly.
Got it.
So now, that's contractor number one. So they called Terry, the homeowners, and say, we want to hire you to fix the whole thing. It's going to be thousands of dollars. But we're not going to be responsible. You have to go after contractor one to get paid. So he's asking me, how do I protect myself? I said, why the fuck would you ever do a job like that? Why would you do that? You know,
he's got to be missing something then.
No, that's what he said.
Well, so he's retarded.
No, and he says, and I said to him, why would you do a job if the homeowner will not pay and they're not taking responsibility, but they tell you you have to collect.
And what does he say?
He said, well, they're responsible for it, that contractor.
Okay, so like I said, he's retarded.
I mean,
it makes no sense at all.
He's responsible for it, isn't he? It's like, well, yeah. And then I said, what if it cost you 50 grand to go to court to collect? I mean, this guy thought it was completely normal.
Right.
He's not telling
But the homeowner didn't ask him to do this. He's coming up on this himself.
No, the contractor, the homeowner did say that.
Oh, I thought he said he did.
No, the homeowner said you have to collect from the contractor.
After the news, my spot blocks are the light. You want a sandwich?
No, we always do that. Yep, on the third hour, we're going to do that.
Perfect.
For sure.
So right after traffic and weather, we'll have a 15-second spot. Then I'll be to you for a live read.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to open with I'll open with Plumline, and then I'll do my regular show, and then I'll go into the break with one of these, and then in the middle do another, and on the end do another. Okay?
Perfect. But right now, after the Fox News, after this, we'll do news and traffic local, and then I'll sandwich a spot in there.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
You mean like right
Before
now?
we even go back to the show. Right.
Oh, I'd do that.
Okay,
Yeah, for
perfect.
how long? How long is it?
Minute spot.
Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, for sure.
Either forgotten to take their meds in the last 24 hours, or have totally lost leave of all of their senses.
But others are furious at her approach to Britain's upcoming divorce from the EU, saying she's been too soft with Brussels. The result is due in the coming hours. Bookmakers here are predicting she'll survive, he said.
Meantime, Simon May
Isn't that amazing, the bookmakers and stuff? They bet
They got 83% or
They're
something.
betting on what?
if Theresa May will get ousted.
Wall Street, a big rally continues. The Dow is up 3.
Get ousted from where? What are you talking about?
Well, she's the Prime Minister of England, right?
Oh.
Taking
France,
on
though,
that?
my God, it's France.
France is, yeah.
You know what? Political correctness is killing the world because in their effort to want everybody in and not requiring any, it's backfiring. London is being overrun. Paris is being overrun. And you know what? Whether you like it or not, that people need harsher rules and regulations. And political correctness will push people to the brink. Okay, in California, it's pushing California to a point where it doesn't matter. Who can live there? Who can live there and pay those taxes? They want everyone to be able to come, everyone to be able to get services, everyone to be able to get free medical. I mean, and I hope Polis doesn't do that to Colorado. I swear to God, we will be dead. It'll be terrible.
It's funny the way the states that they go in there and do that. Like Illinois, holy cow. Chicago is
Exergen temporal state
terrible right now for everything. They can't afford their pensions.
Tonight, gradual clearing and a low.
But it's political correctness. They're afraid to make laws that require anything.
This report is sponsored by 23 and Me.
Just tell me when.
Gift for everyone you love. With a
Hey guys, 10 seconds, I have a spot.
This holiday season, go to 23andme.com.
December 25th.
Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ can give you a beautiful smile, straight teeth, all in 2 years. without any surgeries or extractions or any expensive veneers. Up till now, the only option for adults who wanted a quick fix, veneers. 50 or 60 grand. Just the front teeth, 25 or 30,000. Seriously, have you checked? But you can go through Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ and wear a palate expander and then Invisalign braces. The entire program is just 2 years for straight, beautiful teeth. And at the same time, treat your TMJ and your sleep apnea all in one. Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ. Look for the new orthodontics, Dr. Ken Lawson, 303-690-0100. That's 303-690-0100. That's Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ.
All of us here at Affordable Interest Mortgage want to wish you all happy holidays and Merry.
They're right on, Mark. I've been doing minutes right on, baby. No, I'm really happy because I'm going to have to do them.
Rates have stabilized and have challenge gone down. So take advantage of these lower rates by paying off debt or eliminating mortgage.
I hope we learn from you. That's what I hope.
720-895-0500.
Now, this hour brought to you by who?
There is help. Easier qualifying with higher loan to values. Are you curious? Is now still a good time to purchase? Yes. More homes are available with lower rates. There are specific
of all of our
designed to help you own investment or second homes at great rates, while accessing either your equity through the loan or using Airbnb
in what category?
To own that second home for minimum monthly expense.
Who generates the most complaints? They've all been pretty good lately, I would have to say.
And even if they're legit or not.
Over, like, let's say a year's period? Yeah. Let's say 6 months. Fix it. Purely because how much advertising and how many customers.
Yeah. Just on
but they're all the same complaints. Yeah. On all of them. I could have went to Home Depot and bought it for $10.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino. This hour brought to you by SentryRV.com. Hey, if you have a problem, give us a call. Anything at all on your mind, give us a call. Let's clean out the cupboards. Let's clean out the closets. Let's clean it out for New Year's. Looking back on the year, look at anything bugging you and call us. Don't let it get too old, a problem. Even if you're just in the middle of it. You know what? You may not even have a real problem yet, but you want to know, hey, what should I do? Please call now. This is the best time, just before it turns into a problem. Even if you just suspect a problem. That's what we're here for, to help solve problems, answer questions, and take complaints at 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. And as I said, Sentry RV, internet pricing right in your own backyard. You got to shop them. They don't care if you shop around, but then go to Sentry RV. And you know what? They have 2 locations conveniently located. They have a service department and a new and used lot up north on the 119 turnoff to Longmont and I-25. And then they have the one in Lakewood, indoor facility, 32,000 feet, just north of 6th Avenue between Kipling and Sims, next to Woodley's. They have Class E's for, listen to this, $299 a month. Class A's, $399. They have great financing as low as 1.99%. No payments till February 2019. 303-453-1111. 303-453-1111. SentryRV.com. Let's go to the phones. We have Open Door Ministries with us. They cater to the homeless. They help the homeless. They minister to them. They feed them. They house them. They have programs to get people back in society as working, successful people. And through the years, do you hear from these people again? David Warren is the chief bottle washer. Do you hear from them?
Yeah, oh yeah. We have a lot of contact with people that come through. We're getting together with them for lunch. A lot of them continue to come to our services on Sunday. And actually we employ
go ahead.
We employ about a quarter of our staff. We have about 45 staff members, and about a quarter of them came through our ministries, so they're working for us.
Now, what would be the greatest success story if you had to pick one? You don't have to use a name, but what they went on to do. Anyone come to mind?
Well, there's a young girl that started coming to our child care program when she was a kindergartner. She comes from a really troubled family, dysfunctional family. Anyway, she came up all the way through our elementary programs, our middle school, high school programs. She was the valedictorian of her class at Jefferson High School.
Very cool.
She got a full ride scholarship. She's a junior in college right now, and she's doing great in college.
What is she studying?
Criminology.
Very good. I love stories like that. Hey, we have lines wide open, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Bill, what's happening?
Yeah, we just got a neighbor that damaged our property when they were doing their landscaping.
How did they damage it, Bill?
She changed the grade on it, so she dropped it down about 2 feet.
Now wait, they came onto your property and graded it?
No, so our homes are pretty close together. They're new builds.
Mm-hmm.
And she wants a natural swell. I mean, she did it earlier, and we fixed it. Actually, the builder came in and paid for it. But she did it again. And what she's done, as opposed to our home sits higher than her home, when she chopped it down, all of our landscaping fell onto their property. So we had to get a retaining wall put in to keep it all from falling. And, of course, they don't want it. She won't pay for it.
Wait a minute. Their landscaping, you have a property line, and was it a gradual hill up to your property, or was it a big jump up to your property?
No, it was a gradual. It just kind of flowed. If you go look at all the homes,
I understand. I understand. So she went in. This landscaper went into your natural flow from property to property, and it went over to the line and did what?
So they didn't go over the property line.
Not over. I said over to the property line, and then what did they do at the property line?
They cut it down about 2 feet.
They
cut it's like a 90-degree.
Yeah. So instead of having a gradual mole, or is that what it's called, molehill? They gradually, instead of doing that, they just chopped into it, so it went up to your. So if you were walking to her house, you would come up to your property line and step down 2 feet.
Yep.
And as a result of that, your land started caving, and I would argue that they would be responsible for retaining what you had.
I'd not only take her to court, maybe the landscaping company as well, but I'd go to your county, find erosion control, and have one of them come out. If that was Douglas County and they didn't go through erosion control, my God, they could fine her left and right.
Yeah, sometimes you need permits to do some of that.
Yeah, and I'm not. So we can't find the contractor that did it. It's called R&J Concrete.
Well, you don't have
go after her.
Why would you have to find the contractor? They're not responsible to you.
Well, we don't know. So we actually made a phone call to an attorney. He said go after both of them.
Of course, so that's good, but you don't have to go after both.
You throw crap on the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, we sent her the bill. We paid the bill already. It was $5,400.
Oh my God! For the retaining wall?
Yeah, to have it. And she would not let them go on their property to put the wall in, so they had to work.
You know what's good? Here's what's good. This is small claims court. This is good. Yeah. It's under $7,500. Hold on, let's get a comment here. Robert, are you in landscaping or something?
No, I'm actually an architect.
Okay.
ICBO certified building inspector since 1983.
Yes, sir.
And I actually operated the building department in Cheyenne, Wyoming for 5 years.
Okay, man, what do you have to say?
I'm saying they need to get a hold of that building department and find out why they weren't checking up on this contractor that pulled these errors.
That's a good idea.
Actually, this is lack of professionalism on their part.
Yeah, you know that. Did you go, Bill? Did you go to the building department as Robert suggests?
I did not. So I called the town of Parker to see if they pulled a permit to do all the landscaping. So this has been an ongoing
hold on.
For a year and a half.
Did they pull a permit?
His is easy.
They did not. They do not show a permit pulled.
He needs to go down to Castle Rock, where Douglas County is. He needs to walk in and talk to either Nick or Nicholas in erosion control. That's what he needs to do.
I know.
They'll come out and look at it.
I know, but they won't get on damages.
No, but then he can sue them, and he can prove they never pulled a permit, they shouldn't have done it, and all the evidence they'll need.
You're going to, in my opinion, you're going to win in small claims court. Why wouldn't you?
No, I don't know. I'm just saying, do I need to go after this contractor as well? We can't find him. He's not listed on the Secretary.
Bill, you don't have to. You can. Okay. Here's what you can do. Well, no, I would go after the homeowner. I mean, let them worry about the landscaper. Who cares? I mean,
I just want to make sure.
And the homeowner's going to be hit with fines after this, because ultimately the homeowner did something without a permit.
I would say to the homeowner, this is what I'd say. If you don't pay, I'm going to the building department. You're going to get fined for no permits. And I'm going to court, and you're going to have to pay me.
And be worried about this. If it's really, really bad, are you sure just that retaining wall is going to solve it if they change the water flow?
He already solved it.
But that's it.
Bill, did you already solve it?
Well, we think we did. They came in and put a retaining wall.
That's my point. If it's a massive, massive storm, did they change it so much he might have damage?
Mark, he's above him. If anything, he's above them. That's if it flows off, it's onto the property.
It's going to the neighbors.
Yeah. Now, did you pull a permit?
Onto them, but they put a French drain in.
Bill, did you pull? Bill, did you pull a permit? Did you pull a permit?
Us?
Did your guys pull a permit for the wall?
I don't know that. They did a permit when they did our whole yard. We spent $130,000, and they pulled permits. I don't know if they pulled a permit for that.
Well, hold on. Did they do it at the same time?
No. We've been in there for a year.
Okay, listen.
2 years before she moved in.
So while you're crying about building permits, keep in mind they're going to check yours too. But okay, so here's what I would. But that doesn't matter. You were a victim. You did it. You have to go after them, man. You have to go after them.
Well, we are.
And don't worry about finding the contractor. 303-713-TALK. Edward hung up. He wanted to talk about replacing subfloors after water damage. It's an absolute yes, yes, yes. Subfloors almost always have to be replaced. Why wouldn't you, right? All right. artofgranite.net. The art of granite. Really, it should be the art of stone and solid surface counters and cabinetry. There. But it's too long. Mitch Fleury at the Art of Granite will give you a price on the phone. That's how confident he is of the work he does and how inexpensive it is compared to others. Now, I'm saying inexpensive because he gives you great value, but here's the bottom line with Art of Granite. He's a direct stone importer. He only charges for fabrication and installation. The wholesale is on all materials except cabinets have a small markup, but he tears out and hauls away free. He does the bathroom free when you do the kitchen. The point is, he charges for fabrication and installation in his shop. He does all that fab, so he can give you a price. If you roughly know what kind of granite or stone or marble or whatever, he's a direct stone importer, you tell him, and he'll give you a price. Mark and Suzanne have done it, and what? Your bid that he gave you on the phone was what, Suzanne? Maybe $100 within $100 of the actual final bill? Something like that. Yeah. 303-386-5919. Get your price, artofgranite.net, 303-386-5919.
This report is sponsored by 23andMe.
There's a few minor slips. He didn't pull a permit on the retaining wall.
Area looks like an earlier minor crash.
Yeah, because that could have solved everything right there.
I didn't do plumb line services, did I, guys?
Along that stretch.
I didn't do plumb line.
Well, I know you didn't.
That's my last one right now. Can I do that?
From the scene if you can't avoid the area for now. Back out on the
Just let me know when.
Metro area downtown, southbound
About 10, 15, 20, 30, 40.
And Spear. And look out for that ramp northbound 225 to westbound I-6.
How long?
Bit stop and go as well. Weather forecast: cloudy, breezy today with a high near 52.
All right, guys, I have a spot in about 50.
52. With traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner. 6:30. K-How.
Give the gift for everyone you love with a DNA kit from 23andMe. This holiday season, go to...
You know, Jeff Belk started this company 30 years ago or more. I've known Jeff for the entire time. I've had him on my referral list. Then he sold the company to his employees. I like Bob Logan right now. What a great guy. He's an owner. And they have the tradition of plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. And they don't fool around when it comes to quality and value, upfront pricing, on-time services. If you need any of these services, remember this, especially drains, no subcontractors. They have their own drain crew, and they will give you free second opinions on any major repair, water heater, furnace, especially drains. If somebody gives you a written report, call them. They will give you a free second opinion. 303-586-1086, 303-586-1086. And don't forget, call about the free furnace with the purchase of an AC. Call for more, 303-586-1086.
It's never been easier to get rewarded at Isle Casino Hotel
You know, Mark,
Blackhawk.
is it going to
Sign
be
up for
positive on a few seconds early on each spot, then at the end?
That's why we got to figure out. I think coming back,
No, it'll be fine. It's better to be a little short.
I think it's better to be live, too, coming back, so you do the spots towards... You fire it off. If it's not all lives, you run the pre's first.
Mine are going to be mostly all lights, but I'm going
That's what they say. We'll see.
No, I'll need a break now and then, but it's fine.
Ace Bar Garage Door now offers the ultimate in security and accessibility for your garage.
This is going to be a lot of work.
Faster MyQ technology.
Well, it's the biggest thing I worry about is you having to run in the restroom constantly.
Can also monitor your garage anywhere in the world using your smartphone.
So I'm going to end up doing spots.
Here's the deal. You know what? You're right. I feel I have to stop drinking that water.
It's not just you. No one's going to sit here 3 hours and not get up. I guess you still have the news, though. You'll always have that.
Afternoons 4 to 7.
Wednesday,
Yeah. I'm bad, too, man. Lately, I've been drinking 3 or 4 waters.
Dan, if I'm like this with a bottle of 2013, would you know?
I can't even tell.
No.
Actually, they make things...
Nor would he zoom in on you and make it a thing.
You can put it in your pants.
Genesis Total Exteriors.
Genesis means the beginning. And they like to get in on the beginning of every project. They do exteriors and interiors, even though the name says Genesis Total Exteriors, because they do the roof and the gutters and the siding and the windows and the doors and the decks and the fencing. Truly everything. They also do bathrooms, kitchens, and they do basements. Genesis. And in contracting, you need someone you can trust. 303-679-8509. 679-8509, GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Okay, here's what I want to say. Over the year, I would say the #1 problem, beyond a shadow of a doubt, are contractors. #1 problem, home improvement contractors. This year, it hasn't been that every year. Mark, #2 was stem cells. Now, that's hard to believe, but that's truly in complaints.
That's because we shined a light on those fools.
Yeah. And I think we judge it just not only on the frequency of calls, but on the number of dollars it generates. So home improvements being rip-offs and stem cell therapy rip-offs, and of course not Centeno Schultz. They're great. The seminar is great. So let's talk about this. What would be the third one? Home improvements, stem cell therapy. I haven't actually gotten into our records beyond 1 and 2. I got to think, automobiles do not generate the complaints they used to. Isn't that wonderful in a way? And you know what used to be a problem? Mail order was always a top problem. You don't even
I'd say, okay, I want to argue here.
Yeah.
I'd say the #1, though, is they bought a used car and they're not happy with it.
Oh, no.
Even if there's not a real problem. We get that call every single day. They didn't have it checked out. It's 3-4 months old. It's got a problem.
I don't think as much as home improvements. That's, Mark, because I do think, I didn't actually count, but I did go into my records. Now, you might be right. It might be home improvements, used cars, and then stem cells. But do you really feel, Suzanne, used cars, bought a car, blah, 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 you didn't get it checked out, blah, blah, blah. Would you say that's of the top 5 this year?
Top 5 for sure. I don't know if it's #1.
Okay, used cars, okay. But contractors, Mark, you have to admit.
Oh, they're massive.
Paying money, getting nothing.
Here's one that's dissipated, and I don't know why.
What?
Timeshare. Last year, my God, I can't get out of my timeshare. Maybe it's because all these companies popped up.
You're right. All right, 303-713-TALK. Mike, what's going on with you, Mike?
Hey, Tom. Long story short, my son gifted his car to my stepson. Stepson went on a drug rampage, robbed the bank, crashed the car. We did have temporary tags on the car, but it was a 3-day temporary tag because it was a salvage title. And now the insurance for the people he crashed in are coming after my son.
Well, okay. Are they coming after your son as a direct perpetrator, or are they coming after your son for negligent entrustment or some kind of crap like that? In other words, Mike, why are they coming after your son?
Because the DMV did not transfer the title. They just gave the guy a 3-day temp tag and kept the registration.
Right. Okay, Mike. Just because they're coming after your son doesn't mean your son's guilty. I mean, for God's sakes, I mean, he sold. Now, you're saying that he transferred the car. What evidence does he have he did that?
Lucky for me, the detective found the title in the glove compartment, signed by both parties.
Good. And what was it dated?
It was dated 10/30/18.
Okay.
And the robbery was September 19th.
Wait, Was
November 19th.
Oh, okay. So what are you worried about? How are they coming after him in court?
Well, no, I just got a letter from the guy's insurance company, and...
All right. Well, listen, this is how I would handle it, because I can't tell you how to handle it. I can't give you legal advice on how to handle it. You can hire an attorney, but this is what I would do. I would simply show the transfer of title, a photocopy, and say, look, the detectives have already questioned us. This car was transferred to another person. You don't have to get into stepbrother. You don't have to get into it. Don't give any more detail ever than you have to. This car was clearly out of our possession and not our property, you know, so here. And that's what I would do. And listen, they would be stupid to try to sue you because it would be 5 minutes for you to show a judge.
Right. And my son's in the Marine Corps, you know, stationed somewhere else. So
then, hold on. Listen, then he has to originate the letter. You can do it for him, but I would have him do it and have him send it from where he's stationed with the copies and all of that. And then he may, listen, if they sue him, he has to enter an appearance through an attorney. And maybe a JAG officer can help.
Right. Well, what I'm upset is how come the DMV, once they gave him a temp tag, did not transfer the title?
Because it hasn't been transferred. Here's what happens. There are so many little pieces of paper that are missed many times that the temp tag requires almost nothing, okay? So a temp tag is done. The temp tag is kind of like saying, look, we don't want you driving around without a license. So here, put this on the car and then get your crap together and come back. That's really what it's like. So really, you just, you know, you don't have a case. You just stop worrying about why they didn't do it. And you know what I'm saying? We waste time. Yeah, I want you to concentrate on one thing alone. You transferred ownership. It wasn't your son. Are they literally saying it was your son who was a Marine?
No, they're actually doing good with us. I was just upset with the DMV for not getting it out of his name.
All right, so let's say, listen, the DMV never transfers title without proper paperwork. Do you expect them to just transfer title immediately? Then why would they even have a temp tag?
That's how I've always done. Whenever I had a car, I gave them the title signed. They would give me a temp tag, and then I would get a title.
Oh, I see. The temp tag until the license plate or the title. Yeah, but they don't do it that way all the time, okay? So what can I tell you? They just don't. Usually, you just transfer your license plates, and they do it immediately. The only reason for a temp tag is to get everything together, to wait for paperwork to come through. Ross, what's going on with you, Ross?
How you doing, Tom?
What's happening?
So last Friday, I got served with a show cause deal off of a judgment from 2007.
Now, is it a real judgment in 2007?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
And then they reaffirmed in 2013.
Yeah, you know why they do that, right?
Yeah, they're waiting for me to hit the lotto.
No, every 7 years. That's right. So some judgments are only good for 6 years, so they renew them every 7 or every 6. Or I forget the time span. But then some are good for 20. But in any case, that's why they're doing it. So what is the show cause? What are they asking for?
That's why I'm calling you. I don't know.
What does it say? Do you have to appear? I think all it is asking you if you have an objection to show cause not to enter a new judgment. I think it's a formality more than anything. But let's say you found out some fraud since the original one was filed and you protest it being renewed.
Okay.
Or for some reason you don't think it should be renewed.
I'm shocked it's gone this long. He hasn't had to do interrogatories.
Yeah, have they ever tried to pursue collection ever?
Yeah, they tried back in 2007, and of course I'm a construction worker, and we were all flat on our asses in 2007.
Tell me something. Tell me something about your the amount. How much was it?
In 07 it was $6,000. In 13 I think it was 7. Now it's 12,500 or something like that.
Yeah, you do know that eventually they're going to collect from you unless you never make money. I mean, if you have money in the bank or anything, they can sell that to someone. It's going to haunt you.
So what do I do with the show cause? I mean,
well, I don't know. I don't know what they're asking. I have no idea. You have to tell me more than show cause. Show cause is for vacating the judgment. But okay. What does it say? It says in there, you must do this, this, or this in order to this, this. I mean, it will tell you what they want. You can just, if you just not answer it, usually what happens is it just is renewed. Okay. When did you say they renewed it?
13.
But then why are you getting a show cause now? This is what I don't understand. There's something different. Something is going on, and you're not telling me accurately what you got. If you want to send us a picture of what you have, then we can have it analyzed by one of our people for you.
Okay. What I'll do is when I get back home this evening, I will scan them in and email them over to you.
All right. When you scan them and email them, Suzanne, help@troubleshooter.com. Reference that you've already talked to us, okay?
I will.
And then make sure you leave your number, and then we'll help you. That's, you know, when I say we've recovered millions of dollars in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, and services, those are the services we provide. We help people with legal issues. We have attorneys that'll look things over and stuff like that. It's really good stuff for you. Mike, tell me about stock fraud. What's going on?
Hey, about a year ago, you had someone on about the stock market.
Yes.
And I asked you this question, and I just wanted to follow up on a couple
of things.
All right,
go ahead.
One is, the issue is that people get statements saying how much stock they own, et cetera, et cetera.
And yeah.
A friend of mine was getting a Morningstar statement every quarter showing nice returns, et cetera, et cetera.
Is Morningstar a brokerage house?
You know, I don't know what.
Or is it a company? Is it a company someone invested in? I don't know. Normally, you get it.
Morningstar. It's a reporting agency where they'll report on all of your investments.
But why? I've never heard. Like, for example, I don't get one.
You don't get a Morningstar?
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Well, no, this is. So I get mine from Sage Financial. He gets his from Morningstar.
Well, I get mine from Ameritrade. I mean, that's what I'm asking.
Exactly.
What? That's because he has accounts with them.
Right.
Okay. I mean, that's. Go ahead.
Everything I look at, it's just a research firm.
But I don't understand why they're sending. Anyway, go ahead. What are you asking?
All right. So he was getting this Morningstar report. He could go online and look at his Morningstar account balances, et cetera, et cetera. And so he ended up finding out when they tried to sell some of their stocks that he owned none of the stocks that are reported on the Morningstar website. So the point that I was making a year ago is there seems to be a big hole in the system, and that is if I'm getting from my brokerage account or from a brokerage, there's really nothing that tells me 100% for sure that what I'm getting from my brokerage firm, I'm sure if it's a tier 1, it's going to be different, that I actually own the stock that they say I own.
All right, hold on a second. First of all, if you have a trading house like Ameritrade or whatever you have, Fidelity, they send you statements, okay? If a third party sends you statements, first and foremost, I have no idea where they get the information. I have no idea why they're sending him information, and I have no idea what it would do if it was wrong. What difference does it make? I mean, it's not like the government is going to look at that for his taxes. They look at his statements where he trades. So hold on, we have to analyze this. Truly we do. Because I have no idea why it would affect anyone. I don't give a damn what's Morningstar says I do. If it's not my Ameritrade account, what difference does it make? Is what I'm asking. I have to further understand what the Morningstar. Even Mark is puzzled, and he's an active investor, for goodness sakes. 303-713-8255.
This is Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station.
It says here, that's what it is. No, it's a trading house.
I don't see that.
Well, it has a login. Morningstar.com is your login, your account history, trades, stocks, portfolio. He's trading with them.
Heavily exposed to China and is among
That's just not what I see when I go there.
And consumers in California might not be
don't just track your investments, improve them. More than simple performance tracking. Portfolio manager delivered. Okay, you have to sign up for this. And then you put in your accounts.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
You join this voluntarily, and then they track your.
Then you attach like you're a marriage.
That's right. You attach everything to it, and they keep track.
So he might have, or you just plug in which ones you think you have.
Well, let's see. Let's see.
Here's About Us. I found it. Took me forever to find it. Stupid About Us.
Locations across the country.
Well, it's pretty easy. It's right here. About Us. Right? Is that what you're looking for?
Learn more about our products and services.
Yeah, so what do they say they do? There it is, About Us.
Well, imagining a better bank starts with looking at the savings rates most banks offer and saying,
Martin, do you have this service?
Capital One is building something better.
Yeah, that's
You can open a Capital One savings account with one of the nation's best savings rates from anywhere, like here or here.
Or here.
One of the nation's best.
No, they don't
savings
trade.
rates.
I don't
Open
think they
online
do trade.
at a Capital One location,
But
or
they
from
still haven't.
That's banking
reimagined. What they do.
What's in your wallet? For consumers
Okay, About Us said nothing.
I know, it's crazy.
About Us said absolutely nothing.
I've seen Morningstar reports like, hey, this stock.
Pretty good shape. Down.
But I've never.
Disagreement between 2 or 3 vehicles southbound I-25.
Can you believe it? About Us says nothing.
Blocking the highway.
Well, yeah.
Watch out for curiosity. Slow down.
There's nothing in layman's
The rest of the drive in decent shape. No delays on northbound I-25.
Products. How about products?
There's no phone number to call.
Northbound 225 to westbound I-70, but stop and go. That's the new norm. The weather forecast.
Here's what it says. We build products and offer services that connect people to the investing information and tools they need.
Right now it's mostly cloudy in Denver.
That's what they do. I mean, that's what they do.
They're a reporting service.
Pete Wagner, 630 K.
And only as good as the stuff you put in.
Give the gift for everyone
They track it for
with a DNA kit from 23andMe.
You know why? Because
This
it's for big
holiday season,
Morningstar is a Chicago-based investment research firm.
That's all it is.
Research. So,
Offer ends December.
I don't know what to tell the guy.
It has
I bet I could log in there and put 1 million shares of whatever I wanted in there.
Right.
And it would probably watch it every day and chart it. And then when I went to sell it, I would get my 1 million shares.
When you sign up for the free trial, that's what they want. They show you put in the quantity you have, you put in everything.
Yeah.
Or you can connect your.
The guy never bought it. He got snookered. Maybe someone snookered him and said, "Hey, give me the money and I'll set you up on more." I mean, who knows what happened?
Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW.
Oh, I have something to bring up.
I'm Tom Martino. Okay, listen. We've done a little research as much as we can,
but here's what it looks like. Michael's calling up saying, look, my friend got a report from Morningstar and it's inaccurate. Morningstar is nothing more than a reporting service. They're not a trading house. So let's say you have an IRA, you have a pension plan, you have an Ameritrade personal account, you have another account for something over at Fidelity. You have a number of accounts. You can join Morningstar and you punch in your accounts, or you put in what you own. You can put in what you don't own. They don't know. They don't know one way or the other. Or you can plug in your account. Then they send you reports. They have no bearing on anything. If they said that you owned 1 million shares of Walmart, it wouldn't affect your life one way or another, because it's not it's only for individuals who want to track their investments. So what exactly it happened to your friend? He got a report.
All right. Yes. So my friend was using a broker. He was a hedge fund guy.
Okay.
He was using a broker.
Okay, got it.
And the broker said, the investments that I am making for you are being tracked in Morningstar. Now,
Good.
That may be totally bogus, and maybe my friend should have said that's baloney. I want to see a different way. All I'm saying is, this guy's not stupid. He's a very intelligent guy.
Yeah. Sounds like he got fleeced, though.
No, but hold on. We don't know. Where do we go? Hold on. Where do we go from a guy saying your investments are being tracked to he got fleeced? Okay, first and foremost, Michael, first and foremost, the guy he's investing with, is he a registered stockbroker?
No, he was not. I believe
What is he? Does he work for a? Does he work for a financial house?
No. On his own, he had a small hedge fund management company.
Okay.
He may have been bogus all the way.
Okay, but this hedge fund company, does he this guy? Let's call him John. Does John raise money then?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
How much did he get from your friend?
He got $60,000.
Okay, and where was it? What was that 60 supposed to do?
He was taking that money, investing it in certain investments.
Did he say where he was making his trades?
Yes, because it was showing up on Morningstar.
No. Okay. Well, no. I'm asking, where was he? What was he using to make trades? Was he doing Ameritrade, Fidelity? Where was he making? You don't know?
I don't know that.
Okay, so he was making trades, and supposedly your friend, I'm sorry to be so basic, but supposedly
it's fine.
your friend had $60,000 in investments, and then they were supposedly being tracked on Ameristar. I mean Morningstar. What happened then?
Correct.
Then what happened?
So then another friend of theirs was saying, hey, I've been trying to sell some of my stock, and the guy's not returning my calls. So he tried to get a hold of the guy to say, hey, I want to sell my stock. The guy was not reachable.
Yeah.
So there were several people in a company down in California. Just the people they know, it was around $10 million.
Oh, my God. Hold on.
He got fleeced.
No, Michael, I mean, when you add up all the money this guy collected, it's $10 million?
I think it's maybe more than $10 million.
All right, hold on. This has nothing to do, of course, with Morningstar. But hold on a sec. This is important. This is important. Whenever someone gets a registered stock advisor or licensed advisor and you want to make trades, you never, ever, ever, ever open a blind account with someone somewhere. You always go through a stock house. You always go through a trading house of some kind where you have an account number, a login, where you can lock people out of that account. You can give people privileges. On my account, I can lock people out. I can let people look at it, but you must be in control. So he has no such thing. All he has is this guy that he sent money to.
And a Morningstar thing.
Yeah. So,
and a Morningstar thing, which looks legit.
Yeah.
It looks like.
Well, it is legit, but it doesn't mean he owns those shares. It just shows his portfolio.
When I say it looks legit, it looks like, from all indications, that that it was being reported that he owned these shares. But
I know.
In fact, he owned none of it.
No, I understand. I can make a Morningstar. I can get a login and put anything I want in there to look like a trillionaire. But, Michael, here's the bottom line. Where is this clown? Is he from Denver? Where is he from?
He was in San Diego.
How did he meet him? How did your friend meet him?
He had some friends at a company down in San Diego who had all invested all of their.
Did any of them make any? Did any of them actually?
No, they all lost everything.
It's a Madoff.
Well, okay. Is he arrested?
Exactly.
Did anyone arrest the guy?
Yes. Yeah, I would tell you that if I can find out the court case, I know the guy's first name is Boston. But
what's the purpose of his call? You already know what happened.
Yeah. What were you calling about, Michael? To warn people or what?
My purpose was twofold. One is people need to be aware that, for example, if they are investing with somebody and they're saying, hey, go to your Morningstar, this is where it's being tracked. You
know what? You're right, Michael. You're right.
Don't do that. Because you know what? Until I was just talking to you guys and to him a year ago, and then him in the last 6 months, I didn't know that Morningstar was, hey, any old Joe can just fake an account.
Of course you can.
It's legit.
Now listen, what you can't fake, okay,
obvious.
Mike, if you have account tracking where you enter in your accounts, then you can't fake it. But they have an option where they can do research on stuff. I can say I'm so-and-so and I own this, or I want to know about this. I mean, all it is a template, really, that people subscribe to. And it can give you the illusion. But, man, that's why if people have an account with Ameritrade or Fidelity, who are the other ones? Merrill Lynch,
Charles Schwab.
Charles Schwab. Those accounts, they're not faked. I mean, you have a login, you go to the real site, unless they, of course, what do they call it when they clone those sites? They put up fake sites.
Oh, a total fake site. But
but
generally speaking, you're transferring your money through ACH from one account into there. So, I mean, you know where it's going.
Yeah, and you never give the guy, you never give your other people, they can trade, but you never give them the ability to withdraw money.
Nor can they go in and create like a new bank account to send money to.
Right.
You know what this reminds me of, though?
Yeah, it would be interesting, Tom, if any of your other callers, listeners, I should say, have been getting information from Morningstar and saying, hey, that's where I get my information, and I haven't verified it.
You're right.
Because this happened to some really smart guys.
Well, how smart can you be, though?
Can't be that smart.
How smart can you be to send 60 grand or 100 grand to a person to invest? Did they make out the check to, like, did he send a check and make it out to John Smith or something? What did he do?
No, it was an investment company.
Probably opened an LLC called
Cambridge Financial.
Oh, LLC or something. Well, yeah, because we can form that overnight and then have people write a check.
Tell me if this name rings a bell. You ready?
What?
Benjamin Fetzer. Does that ring a bell? You've got a good memory.
Yes, but I can't just tell you why right now.
He took $65,000 from a lady and was going to invest it.
Oh, yes.
Do you remember who his mom is?
The psychic.
The pet psychic, Josie Rose. And guess why I'm bringing this up?
Why?
He called this morning.
Why?
Or did he email?
Did he want to come off the referral?
He emailed. He's having a hard time getting a job, Tom,
because of his sleaze.
As soon as they do a background check.
Well, okay, tell him to pay back the woman.
I told him he needed to come on and talk to you guys.
And tell him to pay back. How about
simple as that. Pay back the woman.
He says he can't pay her back if he doesn't have a job. He can't get a job because he's on the sleaze brigade.
What did we find also about him, if you recall?
That nasty Chicago story.
He got his kids taken away. He wasn't taking care of them. Got busted
Kenneth
with
has
cocaine.
a question for our Open Door Ministries. Is that right for David Warren, Kenneth? You have a question. Go ahead.
Yeah, for the Open Door Minister, how many beds are available? And does he help out with bus tickets or something like that?
Like, are you calling about an immediate need, Kenneth?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, can you tell us your situation?
Well, it's a friend of mine.
Okay, what is your friend? What is his situation?
It's a female. She's homeless and living in a tent.
Okay, and how old is she?
She's 53.
Okay, and where is she from? Did she grow up here?
Yeah.
What's her first name?
Her name is Sherry.
Now, how did Sherry end up like this?
Alcohol.
She's in her 50s, an alcoholic, and has she tried any treatment before?
Yeah.
And what happened?
She did fine in it, and after that, it just went down.
Wait a minute. Has she ever gone to the Salvation Army?
Yep.
She went through that program?
Yep.
Well, what do you mean it didn't work out? She got out of that program and went back to drinking? Or did she flunk out?
She went through the program, and then they sent her to Pueblo, and she did fine there. And after she got out of that program, she, just started, going back to the same old thing.
Yeah, I know. It's hard when people don't want to change, but I want to hear from David right after this. Hold on, okay? We got to take a quick break.
This report is sponsored by 23.
That want to be homeless. Does that sound crazy? No, they've grown accustomed to it. They don't want accountability, and it's their default. It's just their default.
They don't want a job.
I don't listen. I'm telling you something. I told this story, and it's true. I came to Denver in '80, and when I came to Denver, I'm downtown, and I'm doing a story, and this guy comes up to me, and he's drunk, and he says, "Hey, how you doing?" And I felt sorry for him, and I popped him 5 maybe. Here's the thing, okay? I swear to God, 25 years later, I'm in downtown Denver. The guy walks up to me. He didn't know who I was, but it's the same guy. He managed for 25 years to stay alive, fed, drunk, and on the street. Why is that? He works hard at it. Being homeless it's hard work. How do you maintain that life?
I don't think I can do it.
No, this,
especially when it's cold out.
so
Hear that
here's
call
the
or not?
deal.
Okay.
How does someone remain like that? He doesn't, like Mark says, he doesn't want
of my wife and me on our honeymoon.
Tom, you know the guy that we're having Matthew
That is very
call
true.
or
See,
Paragon
David, this lady on the,
I don't know if you want to mention it. He's going out there tomorrow, but just talking to the guy on the phone, he's already got his $3,600 more from insurance.
But some people
Just by
fall back,
talking to him on the phone,
Some people,
not even going out yet.
alcohol is
So I
a
don't know if
serious
you want to
problem.
mention that,
You know, you can think you
Yeah,
have it
I've
under
got all
control
the
for a year or
Mark,
so.
Is there any
Mark,
way we can
you're
find
called.
Antonelli to find out some of his cases
You
for
don't know
testimonies?
until you
Like testimonials. I want to find out one
I've
that
known
was
many
sent to
people
him.
who
Freddie?
have gone
80,000.
back
I'm
and,
sorry, Freddie. Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I can try email.
Okay.
they're doing
I
great
had no
for
other-
2-3
actually,
years, and all of a
I
sudden,
just
one
want-
day.
Let me just try
I
this.
almost feel like
Don't
the
you
guy
think
is like
that there's a gene issue with them?
with alcoholics.
With
There's
addiction.
definitely a gene for addiction.
If it's smoking or alcoholism or
there's a gene
Some people can drink,
there's
it's never
a
affected
gene or
them.
not, there's a tendency.
If there's a
There you
gene,
go.
I
Yeah,
have it.
tendency.
I have it. I can feel it. That things get to me where I like food, anything. I don't mean where I overeat, but I mean I get into a groove. I think
But
I
it
have an
doesn't, but it
addictive
doesn't,
personality.
it
doesn't
doesn't
overtake your
doesn't
life.
overtake
No,
your
because
life.
I don't let it.
Right.
But I can see where I
But
could be.
it's not as
Honest to
bad.
God.
That's
Yeah.
the whole point. It's
These
not
other
as bad
guys,
as some people.
yeah.
No, I could be though. I can see it. Okay. Hi, Tom Martino here with Open Door Ministries. Listen, Kenneth has a friend who's in her 50s. She's alcoholic. She's been through a few programs and goes right back to it. And I'm going to let you talk, David. David Warren, Open Door Ministries. There are just people, truly, who want to be, they say they don't, but they want to be where they are because that's where they are all the time.
Yeah, that's true, but I don't know that this gentleman's sister is in that category. She already went through the Salvation Army program and stuff, so it sounds like she does want to get some help, and I think Open Door Ministries might be able to help her.
Okay, really? So, in what way? What would you do with Sherry? When she comes in, you want to do it like an interview with her, an intake interview?
Yeah. So we have what we call Stillwater's Housing,
Okay.
and we actually do interviews every Wednesday at 12:30, right there at 1530 Marion Street.
Can she go over there right now?
Might be a little late for today, but I would have her.
Okay,
give us a call.
Where is your friend?
She is in Aurora.
Would she come and interview at Open Door Ministries?
I can talk to her and see if I can get her down there.
Is she open to being helped?
Yeah.
Do you know if she has a spiritual side?
She does.
Okay. Do you know if... Okay, here's the deal, Kenneth. Why do you think she wants help? You know, I always say this. I know people say they want help, but what is it when people just keep going over and over back to their life? Kenneth, I'm asking you, what do you think?
I think... I mean, she's a great girl. Don't get me wrong. It's just the alcohol that's in her life. That's the only thing that's bad about her.
Listen, I love people. I don't dislike people, and I don't hold it against them. But I often wonder what is making them decide that way. I guess we all could, you know, in one way or another, make wrong decisions, and we don't. And I often wonder why. Is it to get away from her life, her memories, her problems? What is it, do you think, Kenneth?
It could be some of that too. You know, it could be very, very, very well that. I think she deserves a second chance. You know.
Yeah.
I've known her 9 years, so.
Has she been abused? Do you know?
You know. It's possible. You know, she was in a bad relationship well before me.
David, what do you find normally when people are homeless and destitute and keep going back to drink? And
I mean, yeah, we definitely find that there's all kinds of issues that have gone on in their life before they came to us. I mean, abuse is definitely a big one, domestic violence type situations. Sometimes it's abuse from their childhood. A lot of times it's sexual abuse from their childhood that just never got dealt with. And so we actually take people through counseling. All of the women in our Stillwater's program have a counselor, and they meet with on a weekly basis. We have mentoring. We work through those trauma issues in their background.
And it's all, they're never all the same, right?
Oh, no. Everybody has an individual story, and we see a lot of people get healing. And Kenneth, I would definitely recommend you have her check out our website and give us a call at the 303-830-2201 number, and because we have openings right now in our women's homes, and she could be a great candidate.
Kenneth, this is important. If there's an opening in the home, they have a wonderful program, and they work not just on the addiction, they work on getting you ready for life. As I remember, don't you even have career training of sorts?
Oh, yes. We work people with job training, help them find a job. It's really a comprehensive program.
What happens?
And what was that number again?
303-830-2201.
Gotcha.
Now, listen, mention you were on the show. David Warren is here. He's, as I said, the main bottle washer. Are you officially a pastor, or is that what you are?
I am officially a pastor, but I'm also, my title is the executive director.
Okay, and it's Open Door Ministries, Open Door Ministries, and to find them online, it's ODM, ODMDenver.org.
If someone's there and they're drinking or something, do they get kicked out? How do you guys handle that?
We give people chances, but eventually if they are not interested in following through with the program, then they have to leave for up to 30 days, or for 30 days, and then they can reapply.
All right, you have a question, Suzanne?
Yes, Tom. Deb wanted to know, I guess you had mentioned a prepaid credit card that establishes credit.
Yes.
I didn't know
Capital
what that...
One.
It was a
Mark, does Capital One have that program?
Oh, yeah. You go right CapitalOne.com, and you do it all online and send them a check, man.
Yeah, I know there are others that do that, too, but, you know, I like Capital One. I really do.
Well, they say if you've got good credit, keep up on it. You know, I mean, good credit on this prepaid, that you can get a regular credit card in a year.
Yeah. Now, Nick, what's going on in your... Or Nicole, what's happening? Nicole?
She must have ran out of time.
Okay. I want to remind people we're doing free Northern Colorado, and we're going to try to rustle up some free stuff for down here around the holidays. But for a needy family or senior citizen, someone in need, in the Fort Collins, Greeley, Loveland area, a free water heater. If you know someone who needs or can use a water heater, write to us, help@troubleshooter.com. Also, a free furnace for a family. Now, we're not going to do both for one family, so nominate people for a water heater or nominate people for a furnace, and that is help@troubleshooter.com, brought to you by Lighten Up Electric, one of our members of the referral list up north. And then Carpet Doctor is going to do some free cleanings. That's free carpet cleanings. He does a wonderful job, and he's going to do that for a family in need. So if you have children especially, that will touch me, because really, children on dirty carpets and stuff, you need to get your carpets cleaned. And you don't have to own the place if you need your carpet cleaned. It's, you know, he's not going to do it like if you're moving out and you don't want to get fined. None of that. We're doing somebody in need with kids for carpet cleanings. Help@troubleshooter.com. Okay, Donna, welcome. You have a question, Donna. Go ahead.
Yes, I just wanted to ask your guest if he has programs inside the prison as well as on the outside.
We do not have programs inside the prison. We are in a lot of contact with people in prisons, mostly through letter writing and different things like that. But we do get contacted from guys that are men and women that are in prison for when they get out, that they can come to our housing. And so that is definitely something. But there's other good programs in prisons, but we are not.
Oh, okay. No, that's what I wanted to ask.
Do you have someone in prison? Do you have someone in prison that you know, Donna?
I volunteer at the women's prison, and I was just wondering if their program was something we could refer some of our members to attend.
Yeah, well,
you know, while they're in there.
If they're leaving and they're going to need a helping hand to get established, this might be the perfect program.
Yeah, a lot have been getting paroled this month because of the holidays and end of the year, I guess. But that most of them are going to halfway houses, but I don't know if all. But I will definitely mention.
Yeah,
when I'm there
definitely
that-
mention Open Door Ministries, ODM, which stands for Open Door Ministries, ODMdenver.org, ODMdenver.org, 303-830-2201. Okay, and for your help, information, and referrals, referralist.com. Save all your problems for me.
Here's a wrapper with very similar.
Thank you.
You know, Dave, that's got to be a huge problem. People coming out of prison, especially if they don't have family or friends. I mean,
yes, or they've burned all their bridges with family and friends.
David, how long have you been there now?
22 years.
Now, do churches support you?
Yeah, churches support us, like Mission Hills and Grace Chapel. But our budget is $2.25 million this year.